He is.
Hello everyone and welcome to DR Sports. Oh, excuse me, the volume's up on the iPad, sorry about that. We are here for the England versus Italy watch along. I'm your host today. As I said, my name's Nicky Hawkins. Representing England today, the same guys as the other day, Ty, who's
Nigerian.
Thank you very much. Well,
Just right, look.
Yeah,
It's only been 2 minutes.
No, but I haven't had any. And the funny thing
what
is,
do you mean you ain't had any? You've just seen him eating it.
And then the funny thing is,
Real.
sorry, Nicky, to correct Mr. Hospitality judges, my parents are Nigerian, I'm English. So I'm Nigerian English. And yes, I do support Nigeria, but also I want England to win. Okay? Mr. Hospitality judges here. Is that okay for you?
Sorry, I think my mic's muted.
No, didn't say it is.
Are we good?
Oh.
Yeah.
Should we just chat? Hello.
Good. Yeah, we'll just carry on talking like that. So,
Yeah,
so by the way, he's had
Thank you.
that.
I haven't had any.
Pizza like
I've
already.
not had any.
And what is the food of pizza come from? It comes from Italy.
Italy, that's
and
right.
so
I mean, this is
I'm now
Italian-
thinking
this
he's
is
more
Italy's
Italian than
finest,
Nigerian and English put together. That's all I'm saying.
I've been to Italy and I've never seen a pizza like that.
Haven't you?
I'll be honest
I've
with
been to Italy as well.
I'll tell you. But,
Lucky enough.
The other man representing England is
Thank you.
Lee. The judge is in the house.
I am representing England today. Do you know why? Because there's no Harry Kane. Hey, come on, England!
And our resident Italian in the house, James. How you doing, mate?
Ooh, yeah, very good. Can't believe it's been a
Ciao,
year since the
ciao.
Euros.
I know. It goes so quick, doesn't it?
It
Look.
does go quick.
And
It
obviously,
really does.
we've even forgotten to give the host a round of applause, Nicky.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure whether I deserved that. I
course
walked
you do.
in the door with 3 minutes to go.
It's all right. It's still
Yeah.
on time, so that's fine.
Just
Taking up like a Robbie because they call him Late and Lyle, you know what I mean? So
They do.
They do, like, you know what I mean? So like, I suppose it's a host prerogative these days to be late.
Okay, so we're in the
Well, I never
nations.
get host. I'm always like here on time.
You're doing the second half today.
Oh yeah.
you
We're
are?
going to do the second half today. So Lee,
That'd be a lot, wouldn't it?
just
will be.
really quickly, it is the Nations League, England versus Italy. The last time we did face Italy, obviously, James alluded to, we lost the Euros final. It hasn't gone to plan in this Nations League tournament so far, and this is another tough test for England.
Very, very tough. Like I think, like, listen, I'm going to be really honest. The Italians, good luck to them when they beat us and everything like that, but they were on the, like decline as far as I was concerned, as age-wise and things like that. So they've had to rebuild. So it'd be very, very interesting to see how this is going to go. Obviously, no fans in the stadium today. I think only some kids, school kids, and all that, and So we'll see. So I think where Italy were at the peak and just coming down, England are at the peak now. We're right where we're going to be, So I you said it. I do expect England to win this game.
James, Italy obviously didn't make the World Cup after
Heartbreaking.
a Euro success. Lee just said they're on the decline. The Italian public are very hard to please, aren't they? And I know that you sit in the top of the Nations League. Is this a chance for them to put a bit of pride back in Italy? Because, listen, they don't take failure very well, the Italian people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still yet to see how the Nations League is really valued by these players. I quite like the tournament, actually. When it kind of first came about, I did that kind of ignorant thing of I couldn't really be bothered to sort of figure out how it worked. And once I looked into it and I kind of understood, I thought, actually, there's something in this over playing friendlies. England obviously made it to the first semi-final, and that was quite fun, and I think Portugal won it. So, yeah, if they are taking this seriously, when you look at some of the 11s in the rotation, it doesn't suggest that the managers and the players are taking this massively seriously. But yeah, I guess it's every game, they played Germany the other day and drew. England today, I think any win is an opportunity to put pride, but until that World Cup comes and goes and we focus on the next thing, I think that disappointment's just going to linger, because for Italy, to not make back-to-back World Cups, and then the two before didn't get out the group stage. The last time they got to a knockout round of the World Cup, they won the thing in 2006. So that is an appalling record for Italy. So we better milk that Euros trophy for all it's worth while we've got it.
Did that sort of succumb the pressure? Does that make sense? Did that relieve the pressure of the disappointments for the World Cups?
I think so. I think what it did was remind Italy are such a funny team. Sort of once every 3 tournaments, they kind of remind you they're still a great footballing nation. You kind of think, people forget that actually in 2016 at the Euros under Conte, Italy did really well, knocking out Spain, lost to Germany on penalties, but then hadn't really been doing anything in the tournaments around that. Got to the Euros final in 2012, I believe, as well. So yeah, clearly we like the Euros more than we do the World Cup, but we got 4 of those. So it does kind of relieve it a little bit. But I mean, I'm talking to someone who's half English as well. I'm able to switch off and get on with my life. But if you spoke to my cousins, they're probably not as easily.
Yeah, I'll tell you, mate. I remember Italy sort of falling out of World Cups, and they get off the plane and they're met with horrendous sort of abuse, really, as they throw tomatoes at them and all of that sort of thing.
I remember in '82, they started off that World Cup. They went on to win it, by the way, but they was poor in the group stages, and there was like everybody was going mad back in Italy, and then obviously Paolo Rossi turned up, and the rest is history. So listen, the thing is with Italy, and I think which is probably like not so much with this team now, but they've always had wonderful, world-class players.
Yeah.
They've always had them, you know what I mean? Like, you go through all their teams, they've had world-class players, and I don't think they've got a world-class player in that team now.
Let's go through the Italy team as we stand here and tell. But I think Donnarumma has got the potential to be top class. He's the goalkeeper. You've got Di Lorenzo, Gatti, Acerbi, Di Marco, Fratesi, Locatelli, Tonali, Pessina, Scamacca and Pellegrini plays up front.
You've done really well there.
Yeah, actually, he did a very good job. Well done.
Well done, yeah.
Any world-class players in there?
I think Donnarumma is. I think Locatelli could be one day. Pellegrini, I don't know. I think probably had the potential, but I'm not really following him too much at Roma. And I think he had a serious injury. But yeah, it's not blessed with kind of. Look at the England team. I think you could probably pick out 4 world-class players in that England
Okay,
side,
we'll go through the England team. Ramsdale starts in goal.
Are you happy with that, Nick? Are you happy with that, Nick? Come on, no, come on. Are you happy with the England's number 1 in goal today?
I don't think he should be. Pope.
Pope, is it like?
James.
Pope, no hope is what they say. You know what I mean?
Rhys James, Tomori, Maguire keeps his place. Trippier, Rice, Ward-Prowse, Mason Mount still in there, which I think he's playing a more of a central role today, so we'll see how he gets on. Grealish, Sterling is the captain today, and Tammy Abraham replaces Harry Kane up front.
And that's what, with Mason Mount, I think Mason Mount's a good player, I've got to say that. I think he's very, very fortunate. He's obviously one of Gareth's favourite boys. I think
Gareth now, is it?
Gareth, I think he brings his tea in the morning or something, he does. But when he's playing out, he plays wide or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It was ridiculous that he's playing out wide and plays when we've got players like Grealish and But now, if we're going to play him in this more central role, he has got to shine today because he's not really been playing well for England. So he needs to have a good performance. Otherwise, he'll have to bring in biscuits as well as tea tomorrow morning. Well, what I'm saying.
The bench is like this: Pope, Pickford, Stones, Walker, Guay, Cody, Bowen, Phillips, Bellingham, Kane, Gallagher and Saka. Maybe there's a few on there that should have started. I mean, this looks like the B team.
It does, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a first choice England 11, which is why I bring up the whole how seriously are they taking the Nations League. I mean, Italy's team's quite rotated as well. So
I look at that and I think, well, there's a debate about the goalkeeping situation. I'll be honest, you know what I mean? I think it's up for grabs. Right back, I'm going to say it now. James is the one for me. I really do.
I think it's quality. He's world class.
I think he's a class player. I really do like the 2 central defenders. Well, not so much there. Trippier. I'm going to have to say this about England and a little bit about Southgate. Is this how poor England are that we haven't got a left back that can play? We haven't got a left back in this country. Well, we have to put a right back over the left back. It's
weird, isn't it? Because we have got left backs, but it just doesn't seem to be picking them.
Well, I don't understand why. If so it just seems like he just keeps keeping him happy there. I don't think that's a great one. I like in the midfield. I want to see some difference there. Declan Rice. Yeah. Now Declan Rice. I was talking to my mate West Ham Paul today, who's obviously a West Ham fan because that's his name's West Ham Paul.
So you call him West Ham.
West Ham Paul supports Liverpool.
He supports Burnley. You know what I mean? It's a bit soppy as our Paul. No, seriously. He was saying that Declan Rice now will do the job that he's meant to do, right? You know what I mean? Because he's got 2 more attacking players in front of him, and so you appreciate more what he does. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think when he's playing in that with 2 midfield players, people start going, "Oh, he's negative." Well, yeah, he is negative because that's his job. But now today, his job is to mop up everything and let the 2 in front of him play well. So I think that you'll see him today excel.
And Nicky, you're a West Ham fan. You'll tell the audience in a far better way than me. But my feeling around Declan Rice is because he's been so good for West Ham as a holding midfielder. Then there was this, let's let him be more box to box, get forward. Now I'm not saying for one second he can't do that, nor that he hasn't been brilliant in that role. But sometimes there's this like, oh, he's brilliant, so let's try and get him everywhere. And I feel like as just a holding midfielder with the quality around him, he can absolutely thrive. I mean, again, you'll know better than me.
No, I think you're right. I think he's been given more of a I think that's why Souček has fallen off a little bit. He's been given a little bit more licence to go forward for West Ham and carry the ball. And listen, he's a very good carrier of the football. Yeah. And like people stereotype him as this negative footballer, but he can pass it. He's got so much technique.
Yeah, he does.
But Souček is a danger in the box, and I think we've suffered I'd rather Declan just concentrate on one job.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like this box to box midfielder. You don't get many of them in the game anymore, do you? You play so many midfielders. Everyone plays one up front. You know, you've got your attacking midfielders, you've got your defensive midfielders. Let him do the job. Let him do the job there.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we'll do today.
I also think with a defensive midfield player, if that's what your job is, then it's do it. You know what I mean? I think it's a job that doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. You know what I mean? At times, I think because you know you're looking for those. You say like the box to box or the more glamorous one in the hole or whatever you want to call it, the number 10 or whatever. I personally think it's a job that you need to do and stay very, very disciplined. Yeah, exactly. And you know, it is a vital role in the way teams set up these days. You know, well, Arsenal have been crying out for one for a very, very long while.
Since the legend Gilberto.
Yeah, since Gilberto and Edu and guys like that.
It's an important position, Lee. Let's go back to when Man City arguably started to be challenging seriously for titles. It was Yaya Toure. When Chelsea first came along, it was Makelele. Yeah.
Fantastic.
They are very, very important positions because they do give them attacking players the licence to go forward.
Yep.
100%. And I think that, you know, it doesn't get the credit it deserves, you know.
No, it doesn't.
And as you say, Arsenal have been crying out for one for a very, very long while.
We have.
And that's a big club like Arsenal crying out for something that, you know, I watched Casemiro in you know, I know the goalkeeper got all the plaudits and quite rightly so.
Fantastic.
For that. But he was absolutely outstanding, breaking up play.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that, you know, is expected, I suppose, of a midfield player, but it's not an easy job.
It's not an easy job.
Getting around, breaking it up. And then also have the discipline to turn around and say, do you know what, I've done all that hard work, now I'm going to give the ball to what I feel is someone who's better than me.
Yeah.
To do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you could be thinking, hold on a minute, I can do it. No, you still have the discipline to say, right, now I'm knocking it off to James, and James can do his bits, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's a very, very important role, and you've got to be so disciplined in so many areas for it.
Absolutely. And look, the man on the telly right now, Jack Grealish, I felt was a difference when he came on against Germany. He's got to be starting for England. He's got to be.
Go on, Ty, what do you reckon?
What's that?
Do you think she should be starting for
James, do you think Jack Grealish should be starting for England?
I think he should be. Why not?
Should he? Yes. I think we're quite blessed in that area. I mean, if it's Grealish or Foden, I don't really mind. I think they kind of both deserve to start. I think Sterling's rightly in the team. I mean, I know a lot of Arsenal fans call for Saka. I still think he's just that level below those three personally. But I love Jack Grealish. I love watching him play. I mean, do you know what I loved? I loved his interview when they won the title, City. And he said, yeah, I have struggled this first year under Pep. I have had to retain the ball and not do things I normally do because I don't want to lose it because that's what Pep wants. And I'm adapting to it. But next year I'll be better. And I love that honesty from him. And I love his character. And he definitely enjoyed his title win. And I hope maybe he can express himself a little bit more tonight, just remind people of what he can do. I mean, not too much, because I ideally don't beat Italy, but...
I'll be honest, I don't think, again, a bit of a worry for me is I don't think Gareth Southgate rates him.
No, I
He's
agree.
always looking to have a little bit of a put a negative on. Yeah, a little
Did he,
negative
well,
on
there
what he's
quotes
saying.
the other day saying, you know, it's a really tactically difficult position to play, and I'm not sure he quite understands
yeah,
it. And
it's just-
I think he really plays
You know
on the
what I
Pep
mean?
Guardiola.
I think when you've got someone as talented as that, just let him play. You know
I
what
think
mean?
he's our most gifted footballer.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
as a footballer, you know, pure excitement.
Yeah,
He's,
no,
he's by far our most gifted.
I agree, and I think that. Like I say, I'm not using it on the same comparisons with Arsenal, with Arteta, with Pepe. He doesn't. You can see that he doesn't rate Pepe and doesn't give him the chances. And then what happens with these gifted players who have got all this sort of stuff? They then lose confidence. They've got to have a manager that's that's warts and all, Nick. You know what I mean? He's going to say like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give you a little bit of whatever, like, you know. And I think that he's got so much in his locker. He created 4 chances.
Yeah, technically he's blessed, and I like him because he's always looking for the ball.
Yeah.
He never shies away, anything like that. Let's talk. Let's something come up on the screen. Is Grealish now England's super sub, or does he need to start more often?
I think he
I think
needs
he
to
should start
start
more often.
But I think Gareth, if I'm going to be really honest, Gareth's got his favourites. He's 4.
He's got him in his mind, hasn't he?
He's got 4 in front of him. He's got obviously the Harry Kane, and then you've got like Sterling, Saka, and Foden. There is his go-to guys, because I think they're a little bit more. The wider players, if I'll be honest, are a little bit more disciplined. You know what I mean? That can come back and defend whenever. And I worry about that with Grealish. But like when you see all what he's got, I don't think he should be worried about that. He's an attacker, like, you know what I mean? You've got enough. When he's playing people like Declan Rice and Phillips at the back, has he really got to worry about tracking back and all that? Because they can
don't
come
think
across.
so. No, I don't
You know
think
what I mean?
so.
So why are you putting all these defensive players into the team, and then you're saying to your 3 attacking players, you've got to come back here and do this and do that? It's a little bit negative as far as I'm concerned.
So what are you saying then? That they shouldn't come back to defending?
I think if you've got enough, if you've got like, you're playing a back 4 plus 2 defenders, that's 6 plus a goalkeeper, that's 7 defensive. Let your front 3 play.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Let your front 3 play. It's the same with Arsenal at times with Pepe. Like, you know, he's more concerned about him coming back and chasing down and all that. Like, and you lose what you've got going forward. If he's an attacking player with forward thinking, you know, let him do it. Like, if for instance you're only going to play 1 holding midfield player and you're playing 2 attacking midfield players,
Then they've got to track.
Then there may be, yeah. But when you know, putting positions into that, I don't see Messi and Ronaldo, even in their prime, worrying about what the fullback was doing. More about the fullback worrying about what he's doing, and I think that's where Grealish comes in. You know, that's how good Grealish is.
I am worried about.
Not in that league, but you know what.
Yeah.
I'm worried about this current English crop. I don't want to use the words being wasted, because they have made a World Cup semi-final and the Euros final, but just not realising their potential on the Southgate. And it's not even, we talk about the forward players who are extremely gifted, and you've got Harry Kane, who's the best English striker we've had in, well, I say actually Rooney wasn't that long ago, but you know, and you've got players like Foden and Grealish and Saka and all these youngsters, but you've also got some of the most gifted right backs in Walker, Trent and Reece James are incredibly creative. You've got Chilwell at left back, Luke Shaw, I know he's not had a great season. Who's the Crystal Palace? Mitchell. You know,
Why isn't he playing left back? Why isn't Mitchell playing left back today?
There's such a plethora of like
He's playing
flary,
Trippier.
exciting options in this England squad or England setup, and I just fear that he'll forever try and sort of be conservative on his way to a trophy, which
I'm
I
with you on
kind of understand to a degree, but it's never quite got him over the line, because
I think he's got to start being more bold.
yeah, I think
That's
so.
what I think. I think that's what Southgate's problem is. I think he's got to be more decisive and more bold. But I think he's learning. I do think he's learning. I honestly do. Let me just take this super chat really quickly before we talk about the goalkeeper. Ty is more Italian than James. Look at him have a go at that pizza. Jokes aside, I believe
more
Bunga.
What's happened to the pizza?
So with it,
He ate it and the box.
Is it all gone?
I'm more Italian than James. That doesn't make
That
any
is
sense.
such a good super chat
Is
comment.
it-
Where
is
It's
that-
over here. It's over here. And I've had
Can I
two.
slice it?
And I've had two.
Can I
And you're
slice it?
saying that I've had two. He was
Okay.
already open before me.
Jokes aside, I believe
no.
Wenger would be a great national team coach.
Yeah, I've said that
especially
before.
England.
He would.
Gareth is boring. Let's talk a little bit about the goalkeeper situation. We see Pickford the other night. He didn't have the greatest of games. I thought he was at fault for their goal.
At fault?
It was definitely his fault.
I'm thinking about it, Nick.
He's been replaced today by Ramsdale, who's obviously got the nod over Pope. He may get half. I don't know. It's his second England start tonight. I'm not a massive fan. And I know I'm surrounded by Arsenal fans, and I know there's Arsenal fans in the comments. I'm not a massive fan of his, but I would say this, and this is always me. I always give people a fair chance. Now, if he goes in there and performs well for England tonight, I believe that number one spot may be up for grabs. I really do, because Pickford hasn't been great this season and he's making mistakes now for England.
You know what it is about Ramsdale? Around the time of the West Ham game, and I know you weren't too happy with him then. Big up West Ham Fan TV, I do watch it.
That's nice.
But he kind of he was going through a bit of an erratic time for a month or two.
You would
He
just
wasn't
come
at
back
his
from
best.
injury, like, yeah?
But he had, yeah.
And then
yeah.
check it out if you want to see
True.
Nick sucking lemons. Go and see it. Like
But what was unusual about that spell for Ramsdale, it was the complete opposite of everything he'd been from when he arrived at Arsenal, which was composed. You trusted him on the ball. You trusted him when the ball came into the box. He commanded his area. A big part of why we've been so much better at defending corners and set pieces is because of his leadership at the back, his commanding of crosses. So I think it's absolutely up for grabs, that place. And he ended the season all right. But, you know, Pope's still a good goalkeeper. Pickford, I believe, ended the season quite well for Everton.
He done all right.
Yeah, did okay. I've never been convinced by Pickford, if I'm honest. But
no, I think Pickford's done well, and he's done well for the last few England games. But you cannot make that sort of mistake
At a World Cup. Imagine if that's a World Cup.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's a routine save that, you know.
But is he going to make
And we've seen that before. Rob Green, 2010 was England's number one going into the tournament. Had an horrendous mistake in the first game against
never
America,
played again.
And never played.
Yeah, I remember.
It's such a funny
ruthless
position.
position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why, you know, I wouldn't like. What I'd like from Aaron's point of view, being from an Arsenal point of view, was that he would been playing for England at the beginning of the season, bringing that form into this, as James alluded. He ain't been quite. I don't think he's been the same player since he come back from injury. Like, you know, we got that injury. Do you remember just before the Aston Villa
yeah, I thought
game?
he ended the season quite well. But yeah.
And also, I do believe, and I'm a real believer in this, that the back four kept changing. That doesn't help. I think if you've got a solid back four in front of you, and maybe that's where Pickford struggling a little bit as well, Nick. That he's not had the quality
in front of him.
Everton as well. If you want to be horrible about it from that point of view.
Yeah, look, I'm not speaking from any position of authority here. I've never even been a goalkeeper even at a terribly amateurish level. But the one thing I don't want Ramsdale to get into his game that I sort of started to see at the end of last season was, you know, when goalkeepers do this kind of chest out, fist pumping, kind of really loud. Joe Hart did it at the World Cup. Do you remember? Just looked a bit like what he did.
Yeah,
Pickford's got a bit of him about that. I just want him. The best thing he brought to Arsenal was composure at the back. Just be composed, play your football,
Liverpool.
and I think everyone will start to consistently see what top goalkeeper he can become.
I think that's a great point, and I do think with Ramsdale, I think that he got a little bit hyped about what was going on at Art. You know what I mean? He was playing really well, and then he'd done a couple of little shenanigans, which were quite good.
Shenanigans.
And you know, like the fans loved him even more. So he feels he's got to live up to that a little bit, and he's but realise the reason Arsenal fans love you and the fans love you is because you're a good goalkeeper.
Okay, they are lining up at Molineux. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yes.
Score predictions quickly. Let's go with you first, James.
I think England will win this, actually. Sorry.
Wow.
Not to you guys, sorry to the Italian people watching. I think England will win this 2-1.
2-1. Ty?
1-1, just like in the European Championships.
1-1.
I'm going to be a little bit bolder. I think England win it 3-1.
3-1.
Oh, wow.
I think the Italians are going to win this.
Right.
I think they're going to win it 1-0.
Oh, this is interesting.
Really?
A couple
all
of super chats
different.
come in for Ty. It's pizza, Arsenal, headphones, and Nigeria in that order.
Pizza before what? Pizza before my family?
Pizza before anything.
I think not.
Well, it was definitely before Jasmine. I say that now.
Oh, it is, is it?
Is it? We saw the evidence.
We saw the evidence.
What evidence? I was hungry.
Documented.
That was your plate at the end of it, like that.
I was hungry.
The two fork.
Yeah, I was hungry.
Incredible.
I was
Yeah.
very.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
Very hungry.
that was incredible. That was.
That is one of-
He didn't even offer her a slice.
No, but
first,
she
yeah.
hasn't. What?
Okay, the predictions from the poll are in. Poll's complete, nearly 2,000 votes. Thank you very much. When you see the polls
Wow.
go up, do participate in them. England win 43%, Italy win 34%. It's very close.
All right.
And a draw is 22%.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
very
it's
evenly.
very, very close. Very close. Molyneux is the Wembley's obviously out of commission at the moment, but Molyneux is the preferred choice for tonight's game. Do you think? I mean, I was a big fan of the England Roadshow back when Wembley was being developed. I think they should bring that back. To be honest with you, I don't think it's fair that they get everyone to trek down to London every time. I think it should be shared about a bit. It's national pride, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. When you've got some of the stadiums you've got around the country, I mean, yeah, 100% they should be playing. I mean, it's because Wembley is there. That's what it was built for. I mean, along with everything else they do there. But yeah, I do think it should be on the road. And you want people to identify with the team and be able to go and watch them. And you want young kids to bring them up and say, look, this is England. This is your team. So yeah, I would think they've got to be travelling around the country a bit
There's
more.
3,000 local school children under the age of 14 be in attendance. It's a little bit like the Hungary game the other night.
Yes.
Because of the trouble at the Euro final, I believe. And we have to play this game behind closed doors, more or less. Now, the players will be a little bit used to that due to COVID.
Yeah, I think it's a horrible
Reminds me of a
reminder.
horrible
isn't it?
time. I really. Do you ever watch highlights that just pop up from last season when it was all behind closed doors? And I can't believe how sterile it feels.
Yeah.
Even do you know? I always love watching highlights of Arsenal's FA Cup wins or whatever. But the ones I never really go back and watch are that 2021.
Yeah,
Really?
that one there.
When we beat
Just 'cause
Chelsea.
it just doesn't.
Just reminds me of a bad place, to be
It's
honest.
just a
with you.
bad time, and also it just doesn't. It obviously counts. It obviously counts. I'll be the first to whip out our FA Cups when I'm debating with people, but it just doesn't feel like it mattered as much. I don't know how to explain it. Just you didn't have the roar of the crowd with it, but
Yeah, I hear that.
I'm with you, and it was even like with the cricket and any sport really, I suppose. You know what I mean? It's just so much better.
Anything, Lee.
We've,
Couldn't even go to the pub.
Well, yeah, and I'll tell you what, the players actually, like, had it really, I say really tough. They were still allowed to play football, but they weren't allowed to go shopping. They weren't allowed to go out. They was in this bubble that they had to stay in. Even when we was allowed to go out towards the last part of it, like they still had to stay in. Couldn't go to like family parties or family meals or.
But some of them didn't they? They
Well,
were in the
yeah, there's
bubbles,
always
didn't
one or two, but you know what I
they?
mean.
It was more than one or two.
it goes without saying that I'm incredibly grateful they managed to even get football on.
Yeah.
Even though we couldn't have crowds, but yeah, it just. I don't know, but they're doing it the way they do.
Let's take some of some people from the chat just as we get ready to get underway here. The Big Beard says, same with the government. Why is it London every single day get it spread throughout the country? It's so much easier to protest the bar stewards. So it's easier to protest the bar stewards. Peter Dinsey says, why have we picked a bleep keeper for this match?
Listen, mate, he ain't. Listen, whatever you're saying, he ain't. Okay, and he's better than your goalkeeper, whatever team you support.
Wokeism Simplified says, give the iPad to Ty. He'd have to learn to read before I give him that.
Well, thank you, Nicky.
I'm only joking.
I know how to read. I don't want to read a lot of what he said about Aaron. All right? Okay, put it like that.
And we're off.
And we're off.
Come
We're kicked
on.
off. There is one more question in here to the panel, and I think
Yeah.
this comes from expressions in Best of Enemies the other day. Check out Best of Enemies.
Yeah.
To the panel, would you, as England fans, rather win the Euro and not qualify for the World Cup,
What a
or lose the
question.
Euro like you did and be in the World Cup, but have no chance of winning it? I
What
think
a
it's meant
question.
to
Nah,
be.
we're stupid.
Win the
question.
Euro.
Stupid question.
Win the
Win
Euros,
the Euros.
and not being in the World
Of course
Cup.
it is.
Another
100%.
slice of pizza. Can we get a counter up on the screen?
Do you know yeah, the answer is win the Euros, but Donnarumma nearly had one of his Bernabeu moments there. I think the answer is win the Euros, but the one thing I would say is there's some real national pride in just going to a World Cup. If the question was, would you rather be in the Champions League or win the FA Cup, I'd say win the FA Cup. It's silverware and the Champions League's every year, but the World Cup being every 4 years and it's just something special.
There is.
There's weight in just being in it.
No, I just want to see someone I support win a bloody trophy.
No, but
That's all I want in my lifetime. Somebody.
For me, look, you know, you can't beat winning. You know what I mean? Like,
Cool,
at the end of the day, you can go to you can say like you can go to the World Cup and get knocked out in the first round. You know, like listen, like England and are going to qualify out of that group quite convincingly, but then they could get knocked out in the next round. You know, you've always got the memory of winning the Euros.
That's what I mean.
With World
Cup.
Cups.
Trophy on board.
Did Italy make the 2018 World Cup?
Oh,
he's in.
Goal.
I'll
tell you what, brilliant work from Aaron Ramsdale there. Got the angles dead right, mate. Made sure.
I know you're slightly taking the piss, but it was actually quite good.
Yeah, this is good.
That is lovely football.
Lovely football.
Maguire, well out, but that's Rice actually. Yeah. That's Rice, well out of position.
But he stood up there, he didn't go down, mate. That's good goalkeeping there. Well done, Aaron.
No, they didn't make the 2018 World Cup. They lost to Sweden in the qualifying match, having come second to Spain in the qualifiers overall.
And they should have won.
All three of them should have been in the World Cup.
So 2 World Cups. I mean, if you miss out on 2 World Cups, that's 12 years between World Cups.
Yeah, they should.
It is.
They should have qualified.
No, it is, but then you look at it.
2010, and so the next one will be 2026. Sorry, they were at 2014. So 2014 and 2026
that's 12
will
years,
hopefully
mate.
be the next one.
Yeah, that's 12 years.
Unbelievable.
The thing is, England have gone through a couple of leagues without. We obviously went in the 70s without actually getting it, and we got the 70 in Brazil, and then we didn't get in the 74, 78 before 82 came along, and of course more recently 94.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't qualify, and then we had a great Euros in 96.
So we didn't get to 92 Euros either.
No, we did.
No.
We did.
We didn't.
We did. We went. It was, I think, in Sweden.
No,
we didn't go.
Yes, we did.
Which one was
Gary
it?
Lineker.
We didn't, mate.
You want to bet?
Right.
How much you want to bet on that?
We didn't go to the Euros.
Do you want to bet on it? How much you want to bet on it?
he's right, because remember, Sweden beat England 2-1.
Gary Lineker, last ever game for England, like, you know what I mean? Like the little tenner on it?
Yeah, 10 out.
I think he's right.
Good for start reading the old chats there, like.
Okay.
I think he's right, because in 92, where was it, Sweden?
I think it was in Sweden. Brolin scored.
Brolin scored, yeah.
Paul Mercer made his.
I think he's actually right.
I don't think we went to the Euros in 92.
Because, hold on.
88 was.
It was the World Cup that England didn't qualify.
I don't think they qualified for the Euros or the World Cup.
No, it was 88. 88. Do you remember in 88? That was when.
Let's have a look.
Holland
Van Basten done his magic.
Done Tony Adams, didn't he?
I'm pretty sure they didn't.
1992, I tell you, I think, if I'm right, and if I'm remembering, it was the time that Denmark won it when they weren't.
That's right.
And
Johnny scored the first goal, Jensen.
And we played against Denmark in the first game.
Somebody said Nicky's so annoying. You can tell he sports with West Ham by his football takes.
What are they talking about? That's rubbish.
Brian Bian says, Ty, when did you last...
England has scored, you know.
That's twice he's done that, Donadon. What's
Graham?
going on? I think he should have done better there.
But that's another moment out the back from...
Should he have done better there?
When did I what?
Somebody said I'm wrong.
Oh, Donnarumma, come on.
He should do better.
When's the
I'll
last
tell you what, he's never looked particularly comfortable with his feet.
The last time I what, Nicky?
Huh?
What did they say? When's the last time I what?
You ate.
Well, I'm eating now. All right?
People still saying I'm annoying. Some are saying I'm wrong. 92, drew with France, Denmark lost to Sweden.
Yeah.
So we might have gone out of the groups.
Yeah.
I didn't think we was there.
It's nice to take some money off a West Ham fan.
Nicky, why are they saying you're annoying? Ignore them. They're annoying. What are you annoying for?
You're annoying, keep eating that bleeding pizza.
How many pizzas have you had today?
Listen, I like opinion. If people think I'm annoying, I'm giving an opinion.
I've had 4 slices.
Well, they could say worse, but I don't think. Why are you? But the thing is, Nicky, the question should be, why do they find you annoying? Can they explain that? Isn't it? Because I don't understand. What are you annoying for?
Listen, I'm going to tell you something now. Nicky's one of the nicest people
Exactly.
to meet.
I'm really not.
Even when I tell you what, even when he was slagging off Aaron Ramsdale. Now, I still had a lot of love for him. Like,
No, I think it's all right. It's all right.
I actually, I message you and give with loads of lemons. So
Yeah,
I still feel so bitter. But,
Listen, it's one weekend. I love you all. But
We love
some
you too.
weekends every season. I
yeah,
fucking hate you.
I'm with you, like, you know.
It's been quite up and down.
It's
so
an open
far.
game. I tell you what, it's been the best game so far. The other two have been awful.
I will say, you know, this is such a different Italy team. Dare I say, maybe 10 changes, bar Donnarumma? I'm not sure any other player started in that Euros final.
So where's Bonucci and Chiellini?
Well, I'm not.
He's
I'm
retired.
going to be really
isn't
honest. Has he?
Yeah.
I'm so out of the loop
He's
with
retired,
what they're
yeah.
actually doing.
I think he retired. If I make my...
He's retired
didn't
from
have a
China.
game against Argentina a little...
That's right, his last game.
that was his last game.
And he's
Well,
going to the MLS, isn't he?
Final game, wasn't it?
I think after the knockout to Macedonia in the World Cup qualifier, I think he saw it as an opportunity, Mancini, to just start
he started scratching.
the revolution of young, you know, Scamacca now. You've got these young centre backs. I know they're not all started today, but Bastoni and Mancini, and I don't know. I think he's just trying to now bring in the. And by the way, we need a new a new forward, and hopefully Scamacca could be that guy. I mean, he's on. Arsenal fans will be scouting him tonight because he's been linked a lot.
A couple of answers to the question why I find me annoying was Nicky slugging off England's number one. Ramsdale was a passion merchant. I'll still stick by it, mate.
Passion merchant.
So did they accuse you of slagging him off and then call him a passion merchant themselves?
I definitely did say that, James, twice.
No, I'm sure you did. I just thought they did as well.
For saying Rice is 150 million and he would start for every club in the world at the moment.
Okay.
I still stick by that, mate.
That's
to be
easy.
quite honest with
That's
you.
what he... Well, that's what he fixed on it. At least they were explaining.
Nothing personal against Nicky. It's just the way he overrates Southgate and some players only because they're Brits. It's what's so annoying. It's England. I'm watching England.
Brits, are they Brits or are they English?
They're all Brits.
Well, are they Brits or are they English?
Well, they're English for a start.
You quite like Southgate though, don't you?
I don't mind him.
I like him. I think he's brilliant.
I don't mind him. I don't mind him at all. It's because I've seen big name managers and big name players do absolutely nothing.
Oh, he's in.
Go on, he's in. Sterling.
Go on, put him back. If he puts Mount back in there.
Wow.
Oh, that was unlucky. That was a great move. That was a great move. That was. And Mason Mount, see in that better position that he's playing there, he done really well there.
That was brilliant from
Sterling done really well there because he picked him out here with a lovely pass. Did he get a touch to that?
It looked like he could have.
Hungary are beating Germany, by the way.
Really?
No, I'm not sure.
There's a good defensive header from Ambrose. Look at that. He done really well there. Good defending from Ambrose.
Oh, no, he didn't touch it.
Look, watch this. Great bit of defending coming up here. Look, centre half instead of this. Clear your lines. Well played, sir.
Rice definitely doesn't start for every team in Europe. That's crazy. Who doesn't he start for? Tell me that now.
Well, he probably don't start for Real Madrid because of Casemiro.
Casemiro.
I still put Fabinho and Rodri ahead of him. But we are talking about two world-class holding midfielders.
I
don't
think he's
it's an
better than the
insult.
pair of them.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's your opinion. Fair enough.
I do rate Declan Rice, by the way.
Listen, I think he's staying at West Ham this summer. Could stay for a while. But
I think he'll be there.
If he were to move, where do you think he could be going?
Abroad. He's got to go abroad.
No, I think...
Well, Chelsea was the obvious one because he's a Chelsea fan.
I can't see him going back
It's
there.
an obvious one.
But-
Or Italy. Across the face of goal.
It'd be nice if someone got in, you know. Where are they all?
I honestly think
That's
now
good
with
from Tonali, well
the
done.
Chelsea, I don't think Chelsea will be able to punch their weight like they were. So I think that
That's true.
Maybe out like.
I think he could go Manchester United.
Yeah, Manchester United would be a.
Yeah, but why
I
would
think
he?
he'd be mad to go there. I really
exactly,
do.
why would
because
he?
I think he could go and
It's
play
Man
for a
United
team.
side.
I think he could go
and
play
what are
for
they
a
doing
team.
at the moment?
Is there just
Nothing.
not this feeling with United that I know they're rubbish, but eventually they'll get it right?
Yeah, of course they will.
Well, they hope so, innit? They hope so. But
Yeah,
they've
they're
been saying
such a
it
massive
for a few
club,
years.
and they'll always have money to spend. I just think they're a sleeping giant. Eventually, United will.
Yeah,
be
but when
brilliant
though?
Again.
When though, James? Because you could say,
One
look at Man
Germany.
City. All right, look at Man City. 40 years.
Germany 1-1.
Man United, should Rashford leave United for a chance of making the World Cup?
100%.
We're talking about Man United.
100%.
And let's just be honest. Would you take him at our clubs?
I would.
I would take him. I would
like
take him as a centre forward. I really would. I think he
Possibly.
has got a lot of talent, and you know,
Showed my hosting skills there, by the way, there, didn't I?
That was
class
really
is
good.
permanent.
Thank you very much, James.
You're doing the second half, by the way. Class is permanent. You know, form
Yeah,
is
that's true.
temporary, as
Yeah.
they say.
That's true.
And he has got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford, a lot of talent. He's
What
shown
has happened? But you know, you can say that about a few Man United players, if I'll be honest.
the confidence across the club is just
I just
down.
think they've been such a mess that it's brought certain players down. And listen, I don't particularly rate Harry Maguire, but he is not as bad as he's looked this season for Man United. Paul Pogba, I think, is a world-class central midfielder,
Brilliant.
but his performances at United would make you question that. I think the talent's there. I think Rashford's a top player. You know, I think a lot of them have just suffered from what that club has been the last year.
Used to be.
And
Used to
actually,
be.
I'm so
And what that
convinced
club
that
is
you had
now.
a good manager and a good, you know, midfielder and centre back, and I honestly think United will suddenly look a really good side next year. I don't think they'll compete with the best, but I don't think it's going to take that much for them to look a really decent outfit again.
I'm with you on that.
I don't know.
I think that, you know, it'd be.
I think this is their level. That's what I think.
That's very harsh.
It's the truth. I'm sorry. This is their level, and and the reason why I'd say this is their level, because when they were winning, it's true. I stand by that. When they were winning things, they were so lucky. How they
we've set him off
won
around
those
the Man
things.
United
No.
right now.
So no, this
No,
is
wasn't
their
lucky.
level.
They wasn't
this
lucky.
is where they belong.
I'm
They
not
weren't
having this
lucky.
argument with you, mate. They was not lucky.
They weren't
At
lucky,
the time,
Nicky.
they were the best team in the country.
And
by
they were also
by
the
a-
biggest cheats
by a
in the
mile.
world. And they were the biggest cheats in the world as well.
I'll tell you, there was a stat in that before Arsene Wenger come along. They were out on their own, weren't they? Like, they was,
And then when we come now, we suddenly flipped them over and jumped ahead of them. And they didn't like that one bit.
Well
That's
played.
what, yeah, obviously, Nicky, they deserve to win things, but the luck they got, the cheating
Yeah,
they got
like-
away with was.
I feel like
I've never
every,
seen
I
that.
feel like
You can't
every
win-
top
you
side
can't
has
win like
luck.
12, 13 Premier League titles on luck.
No, but no, it wasn't all luck, but a lot of it was cheating as well, which they got away with because the referees, the cowardly referees, were scared of the cheat.
they did
Lex
get a few
Ferguson.
decisions going. But I'll tell you what with Man United.
Unbelievable.
They do, mate. You look at it now, they do. Top teams do.
I think with Man United and Arsenal, I'm going to bring Arsenal into this. The fall from grace from those two
It's
clubs
been massive.
It's been incredible. It's been.
And
I
therefore,
It doesn't get.
I do think United's is worse.
it is.
I'm not trying to.
It is.
I'm not trying.
Well, they
yeah,
haven't had a
listen,
stadium.
Arsenal
They
are
haven't
in
got
no
the stadium to use their excuse for, have they?
Well, Arsenal are in no position to, you know, be particularly proud of where we are. But,
No, but we can laugh at them.
But I do think if the two of them, I agree, are the examples. I
Yeah.
do think United's has been particularly poor just because of
Where
20
they came from. It's the
Because
fall.
of
It's the
their
fall.
ties
they
last
haven't had
title
a stadium to
2013.
build, have they?
Because of
They've still spent $1 billion since
Yeah,
then.
their
It's
fall's been
not-
a lot,
yeah.
because
a
of
lot harder.
because of the arrogance, the unmitigated arrogance from their football club and their fans to where they are now, and they still think that they should be at top of the table. That's the
But in theory, you know, one of the biggest clubs in England, if not the biggest, spent $1 billion. They should be up there. I understand why United
Not
fans
only
are
that, though,
frustrated.
James, not only that, is they're Manchester United now, not even the biggest club, the best team in there in
in
Manchester.
the northwest. Yeah, that's
which
right.
is a
yeah.
real kick
Which
in
is-
the old
That
goalies
was
for
brilliant
Like I
by
said-
Declan Rice, by the way. You talk about ball carrying, just that driving into space. Sorry, on United, I really, really believe, as bad as it's gone the last year,
Which has been
and then
great.
they saw
It's been absolutely superb. I
an
love it.
upturn under Ollie for a bit. I think we all knew that wasn't sustainable. They had a moment under Jose, they had a moment under Van
Another
Gaal, but
cheat.
not really. I think United, despite all of that and kind of years of bad kind of running of that club,
Which is great.
I honestly
I love
think
it.
Ten Hag, if he's the manager we think he's going to be,
He's gonna fail too,
they get Frankie de Jong and another quality player somewhere.
and
around
they
the
still
pitch.
fail, James.
No, I don't know. I think they'll
thi-
surprise people
the
next
thing,
year.
the thing about it is that, like I say, and I will stand by this. It couldn't happen to a better football club. The arrogance, the smugness, the overconfidence, the belittling of players, both physically and verbally, by the manager as well, other managers as well, like Rafa Benitez as well. You know, it's been absolutely fantastic. The only sad thing is that this didn't happen earlier. Because when they were winning so much, the arrogance that they showed when they were winning, they thought they were going to win forever. And that's how wrong they were. Because every team goes through the cycle. And like you said, it is a lot worse, their fall from grace, than us. We've fallen from it. But what's so funny is that every single season, their arrogant fans say, what are we going to do? And why are you worried about? They seem to be obsessed with us. You know, in our worst, one of our worst seasons, 8th, we still won the FA Cup. Oh, I love it. I love that Manchester United are in the football mud, the football sewer, and I hope they stay there forever. I hope they stay there forever.
Is a monologue?
Actually, you know what? That was actually.
I wish I'd have said nothing now.
That was actually, you know what? That was actually a series. I won't say what it's called, but it's called something monologues. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Vagina or monologue?
Oh my! You're not supposed to say.
What? Is that strike or what?
I don't know.
Is that what it's called?
It is what it's called.
Leave me out of this.
We're all adults here, Clay. We all know what a vagina is. Well, most of us do.
What is a vagina? Can you explain?
No. That's got to be striking, surely.
Why is it the front post?
I think I'll leave that to you.
I've got a couple of super chats. Calm down, Tradesport, Arsenal.
Yeah, that's right. You calm down. I'm proud of it too.
Tony Stark says, if you're both in the Europa, aren't Arsenal and United at the same level?
No, because if you get your facts right, Manchester United ended up 11 points behind us in the league. So, no, we're not.
Man
Okay.
United were
No, we're not.
I'm going to say it now.
Which is quite staggering.
Exactly.
It's the poorest Man United team I think I've seen for a very, very, very long while. It's definitely in the Premier League and
isn't it great? Oh, I love it.
even back
I'm
into the.
so
I'd
happy.
say like probably since
Did you, James?
the 70s, it's their worst team. That's
It's
a,
a-
If they
70s,
hadn't
wow.
re-signed Ronaldo, I think they could have finished like 12.
Yeah.
That
Honestly, do.
Yeah.
might be true.
Yeah, and it's no less than what they deserve. It's
Maybe
great.
lower than that, just for confidence.
It's absolutely great. I mean, being thrashed 5-0 by Liverpool at home and their fans absolutely leaving. How disgraceful. They were actually leaving at half time.
Lil Solomon says Tony Cruz is the best midfielder in his era.
Well,
Tony
one of the best. I don't
Cruz.
know about the best.
Tony Cruz.
Listen, he's a
Oh, that's
world-class midfielder, but
Modric is better than Tony
Modric
Cruz.
is better. I mean, does Xavi and Iniesta count?
Oh,
Does Xavi and Iniesta count as his era? Sure.
well, I think so.
Yeah,
and you don't get better
I
than
mean-
them. They were absolutely unbelievable.
Jenky God says
Kevin
you
De
only rate
Bruyne?
Rice that highly because he's a Brit. That English tax is hefty. No one outside
Well-
the UK
Yeah.
rates him like you do.
Well, first of all, he's not a Brit. He's English.
Well,
Well,
Oh
might
no,
even be a Brit.
he's actually played for the
he
Republic
did.
of Ireland, hasn't
Yeah, that's actually he did. To be fair, he did. Are his parents Irish, Nicky?
Half, I think. I think he's got grandparents, maternal grandparents.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 20 minutes in. It has been quite a feisty game. to be
Yeah.
quite honest with you. It's
Been a few good chances.
been
Yeah.
been a few chances for both sides.
I've been really impressed by Declan Rice. There was that driving run that I pointed out, but while we were talking about all sorts of things non-football related,
Yeah, Manchester United fall
Declan
from
Rice
grace into the
sprayed
sewers.
an unbelievable switch pass to Reece James. Just an example of the kind of technique he's got.
Yeah,
It
he's
just
got-
goes under the radar.
He's got good technique.
That is-
I'll tell you what.
little bit worried
Like,
also.
nobody will rate him. Nobody will rate him while he's playing for West Ham. It'll take him.
Well, and
going
this is the problem.
to a big club
Which is a shame.
for people to see his talent.
Well,
And-
this
and
is- that's a
that
shame.
makes me sad.
That
as
is a
West Ham
shame. That
fan.
is a shame.
Trevor Brooking was rated at West Ham.
Different eras, I think.
Different areas.
Different
Yeah.
eras, different positions.
That happens, I think, with some Arsenal players as well.
Yeah, of course.
For years, I've been really bigging up players that were in an underperforming Arsenal team. Sami Nasri. I used to tell everyone, this guy is phenomenal, world class.
Phenomenally
Goes to
arrogant
Man
too.
City, wins the title, and everyone kind of really sees it. It's not that people didn't appreciate him when he was at Arsenal. They just didn't quite appreciate how good he was.
Weren't the same
But
player
then,
once he left.
but James, you say that. Did he appreciate the club he was as well?
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm not going-
I find him very, very arrogant. Fantastic player. I was one of the ones.
I feel like I've started another monologue.
No. Because listen, I'm going to pick him up. Even though he was very arrogant, when there was rumours that he wanted to leave, I was one of the ones jumping up singing his name. So I don't like the way he left off. Yeah,
He came to West
fantastic.
Ham. I thought, I like him.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
do you know what? I feel
Got an assist against Arsenal.
Going back to the Declan Rice thing and all that. I don't think that he's a bad player because he plays for West Ham.
No, but I hear what Nicky's saying.
Think that, Nick.
He's not getting the credit because at West Ham.
A lot of people do, Lee. Like, I know, look, pure football people do, but the FIFA players amongst the community.
West Ham have always had good footballers at the car. You know, always.
They have, but have they
always
been
going
through?
We've absolutely had some atrocious ones as well.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
have they had the
also
credit
to
they
say,
deserve,
but like, you know,
Have they had the credit they deserve, though?
they've had the greatest player,
the greatest or one of the greatest.
the greatest English player playing for him,
What, Bobby Moore?
Bobby Moore.
God rest his soul.
Without a doubt, you know what I mean. Come through the West Ham ranks, never really went to any other club. Now again, you're looking back in the 60s, I suppose it's different sort of times, but you know, I look back at Trevor Brooking was a fantastic player.
Who else? You left. I'm not, Nicky, I know that you know, but let's see if Lilos. You've left out one absolute legend. Don't say nothing,
What,
Nicky.
Martin Peters?
No.
Your first?
And no, you, Nicky, you would actually maybe tell you. Maybe, there's one absolute legend. He was, as far as I know, he was a career man for West Ham, and I even know him. You got to tell me, surely.
What Mark Noble?
No, not Mark
Billy
Noble.
Bonds?
Billy Bonds is correct.
He played for Charlton before he played for West Ham.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd say yeah. He was a Charlton boy first of all.
Okay, but he's another West Ham legend. I only knew he was West Ham.
Do you know what? They've had some fantastic.
Great
players.
tackle by Declan
Billy
Rice.
Bonds was
He's-
great.
Declan
Alvin
Rice is
Martin was a good
phenomenal
centre
for him.
half.
Julian
We-
Dix.
Don't get me
Julian
wrong,
Dix.
we have had some wonderful players. It's just that what
Dave
we
Swindlehurst.
surrounded them with is the
Do you remember
problem.
Dave Swindlehurst?
No, I don't remember him personally. No.
Oh, Dave Smith. I don't remember him as well. Let's see.
I
Lee.
remember a goalkeeper called Alan McKnight.
Alan McKnight in goal.
Oh,
yeah.
Alan McKnight. Did he play for Portsmouth?
Yeah, he
Alan
did.
Nightmare, they called him.
Oh, that's harsh. These
was
things.
terrible.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Italy with him.
Do you know?
Okay.
Long ago.
Do you know Nigel Winterburn left Arsenal to go to West Ham?
West Ham, yeah. So did Freddie.
And become the player of the year that year.
Yeah, that season,
He
yeah.
was good.
That season.
He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good that year.
Freddie as well. Freddie went there as well. Jungberg. Davo Suka. Fantastic player. He went there as well.
We had this resurgence in about 2006. We had this owner come in. He was a biscuit baron.
What's the name of the
What's his
biscuit?
name? Odnob.
No, there was a chair. I can't remember the chairman's name, but he had
Was that at the bald fella?
Eggert Magnusson was
Oh,
the sort
Oh,
of the
Eggert
face of it.
Magnusson. Wasn't he
Yeah.
Norwegian?
They had a lot of money, and
I remember Eggert Magnusson.
they was promising to sort of splash the cash.
Yeah.
One of the big signings was Freddie Ljungberg,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah,
Freddie Ljungberg was
Not Freddie
absolute-
McVitie.
I remember him. I remember him wearing the West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freddie, yeah.
He was absolutely awful for us.
Oh, really?
I mean, he was terrible, right? And everyone, because he was such a good player at Arsenal, and I know that Wenger had that sort of reputation at the time that he didn't really let anyone go that was still worth a salt.
He had a bit of a dodgy hip, didn't he, or something when he went to West
something
Ham?
like
No, I'll tell you what it was, Lee, right? So, he was awful. Lost a lot of money on him.
Yeah,
I
apparently.
think it
Yeah.
cost us about £6 million, but his wages were high for the time. And couldn't get a song out of him, so we let him go to the MLS
Okay.
after a season. He done a medical. Cross.
Italy are in. That is a fantastic.
He should have scored.
Fantastic
He should have scored.
save.
He should have scored.
Done. Oh, he really should
He
have.
should have scored, but that what a save that was up there
Go
with
on,
that
Aaron.
Moya save the other night.
that Tonali?
Yes, he was.
excellent.
Yeah.
It was great football from Italy. Switch past and
Oh,
across the box.
is that a foul? No. Yeah, the referee's pulled it back and a booking, I believe. What a save that was from Ramsdale.
I can only think that he thinks he probably would hit harder, but he thinks there's no way I won't score. That's what
I'll
it's.
tell you what, it's a
That's
great ball.
fantastic
Who
ball.
played that ball? Look at that. That's great. Oh, it's a great save. He should still score. I'm sorry. He should still score.
That is a really good.
It's right at him, but that is a
I don't
fabulous
know how he
save.
saved that because he's going the other way.
Nah, he should. It's a good save, but he should save it. He should score that.
What
Ooh,
makes
that's
it
a nasty one on Mount by Locatelli.
What makes it a really good save is that he spread himself quite far across.
McLovin
He's caught
is
his
block,
leg.
not save. It's a save.
Yeah,
Surely.
block
Yeah, but isn't a
save.
block a save though?
Isn't that the same?
Exactly.
Yeah, look, listen, it's a great save, but for ultimately, I'm.
He's got a
Ultimately, I like that.
Thank you very much. So, I'm here once a
You
week.
spot
He's there one week.
another thread for your channel there, Lee. Ultimately.
Ultimately. Finally. Totally.
You need an employer.
Officially.
Officially. Oh, wow, this is
Italy.
this is great.
Foul? No, he's not giving the foul.
Referee, Lee. Oh, dear.
Unbelievably.
Is every stream like this?
Yes.
It's what he's about. What is it? He brings out the worst in me, I know what
Me?
I have to say. Yeah. You do. You make me.
I bring out the worst in you.
Yeah, you do. You make me.
I can't believe
I'll
this.
go home like.
Okay.
Two stone heavier.
I can't believe this.
Somebody's screaming at me in the chat. Finish the story about Lundberg.
Oh, right,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we let him go to the MLS. Found out he had a medical. In his first medical for this, I think he went to Seattle Sounders,
Yeah, that's right.
and he had a broken rib for 2 years.
No way.
Fixed his broken rib, and he started playing like the Arsenal Lundberg again for Seattle Sounders.
But that didn't come up in the medical.
Oh my word.
What did he do that on one of his Calvin Klein shoots?
I think we had Dr. Nick as our.
Oh, that's bad, isn't it?
Dr. Nick.
Yeah, how can you have a
Wow.
broken,
I can't believe
broken rib for 2 years?
2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, no one knew. He had a broken rib, which was affecting his breathing and his fitness. Apparently,
Right.
They fixed it straight away, and he, started playing well for Seattle Sounders.
The rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history. Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
England have played some decent football at times.
Both
yeah.
teams have to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Quite open.
Both. I don't like the way Italy have opened us up quite comfortably on about 3 or 4
I think
occasions.
Mount's been very good in this opening exchange.
Yeah, there's him on the
They're
ball.
playing in his proper position
that's
now,
Grealish, sorry.
But then, Nicky, you said you had something. You said you had some bad players. But
That's lovely.
the funny
Well
thing is,
done.
with
Go on!
with football, I know a
I
lot.
just want to see a goal. I started cheering
Ex-
England to score there.
I can't believe I know so many ex-West Ham players, which I'm sure, Nicky, you would know. Joey Beecham, Marco Boogers,
What, you know him personally?
Danny.
Or?
No, I know of them. That's what I mean. So
Yeah,
it's
I know
weird.
that.
You know, when you know
Good on you.
football, it's weird. When you know football,
Joey Beecher, I tell you, come from Oxford.
that's right. Marco Boogers,
Marco Boogers.
Marco Boogers.
Florian Rad. I think Florian Raditroy who played there for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that's a booking.
And did Ili Dimitrescu play there as well?
If he's just booked the other one, like I said, he's going to
I
And
don't know.
Danny, there was Danny, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Darling,
As well. Dan, is it Dan?
There's not a lot in that. I mean, it's a foul, but it's
a
not.
foul, isn't it? Yeah.
That's low. That's
Any scores from the other games
1-1 Germany at the moment.
coming
I
up?
believe.
What's Wales? Wales 0-0 against Belgium.
3-0 Ukraine.
Kyle.
What do you guys feel
Poland
about
are
the
beating
Nations
Netherlands.
League? What do you think about the Nations League?
Waste of time.
Yeah, do you?
I think it's something
Yeah.
that
I
you can
don't-
win
I
a trophy. I think it's
When you've
Good
got
confidence.
a
We had this
long
conversation.
season, I think these 4 games are too much. Just let them go on holiday, enjoy themselves. You know, there is no World Cup.
There's been a strange amount of results in this, isn't there? Because there's been teams playing, like for instance, Scotland have gone out of the World Cup. They've had to go and play these couple of nationwide games. They're mentally not up for it.
Yeah.
Wales have won their games and
then
not
lost
up for
the
it.
game. Yeah.
What about right? How about this? So the teams that qualify for the World Cup
Yes.
do not enter the Nations League,
Yes.
and the teams that don't and miss out just on the playoff games enter a Nations
Very
League
good idea.
for a wild card entry to the World Cup.
Oh, that's a very good idea.
Oh,
Because then that would make it more. Then you'd see teams taking it. That's a very good point. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
brilliant point.
like
actually.
bigger. So you're saying
Big
what, a
incentive.
bigger, more of a character dangle.
I've
Yeah,
felt for a
I think
while
so.
that football needs to have a bit of a reform in terms of its competition and merit and what you know. For example, you think I'm crazy. I think
No.
the winners of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup
Should go in the
get a
Champions
Champions League place.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I don't know
listen.
about the Carabao, but definitely.
Maybe a push, but my point is, wouldn't
see
you
people
have
take it
better
seriously.
teams?
Yeah, people take it
listen, I know
seriously.
City and Liverpool have won the last 5, but wouldn't you have people maybe take it more seriously?
Absolutely, you would.
If there was a Champions League place
Absolutely.
I get what you're saying, but it's 6 games. You know what I mean? You got to have a little bit of luck to go for it. Maybe
Yeah,
like
that's
the
a good
team that's
point.
in
That's
4th place plays the FA Cup for the for a
Carabao
chance
Cup
to
win
win
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
I just think why
Like
not?
playoff.
We can give these
Yeah.
we can give these cups even more weight than just the silverware, and
Yeah.
actually, why not?
Go on, Grealish.
Because at the end of the day, the Europa League was nothing a few years ago. But then when
Yeah.
they put
Yeah.
the
Champions League
thing
place,
in,
yeah.
it has
Exactly.
made it more
Yeah,
Exactly.
of a thing.
yeah.
I think it's so sad that we live in a world where you can actually debate that getting 4th place is better than winning an FA Cup.
Absolutely.
But that's become a legitimate
Yeah,
debate
I
amongst
get
football
that.
fans now.
Yeah, yeah.
I reckon 4th maybe should go in the play-off against the FA Cup winners.
Something like that. Something like that. And if the FA Cup winners are already in the
Then
Champions
it'll be the
League,
next
then
one.
4th just get it.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
That's quite interesting.
My thumb's leaking.
Why is that?
I was cooking yesterday,
Yeah?
and I was cooking a steak, and for some reason I was cooking it in like garlic butter.
Oh, lovely. Yeah,
And
that's
the
my choice too.
pool of butter had pooled in the corner, and as I laid the steak down, my thumb went straight into the butter. Man, it was a blister like that, and I've been leaking it all day.
Don't get it on the
hurts.
iPad, I've got to use it. Ours.
No, I won't, mate. No, sorry. It's only blister juice anyway. You've had worse on your fingers.
There he
I'm
goes,
sure.
here he goes. He's in here.
How many's that?
Have
Have we got a counter on the
How many
screen?
slices has he had now?
I've had about 3 or 4. Half
Can
of
we
us
get
finished.
just like a little pizza icon in the corner?
30 slices.
30
of
slices.
pizza.
Did you say 30?
That's what I
30.
said, that 30 on the screen.
Where?
If you eat all that veggie pizza, would you eat the meat?
No, I don't eat meat.
Well, there you go.
How can you eat meat on a veggie pizza?
No, I mean if he eats all the veggie pizza and he's still hungry, would he eat the meat?
No,
Oh,
no,
right.
no.
No, he'd just eat the crust.
No, what he'd do, he'd ask production for another bag of popcorn.
I don't even want normal people.
He's
The Euros, I swear, this is a
never
true
ends.
Oh,
story.
always missed that one. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, go on, James.
Brave.
A
Brave
true
Mark
story.
Maguire.
This
What's
is
the true story?
It's an
Go on.
absolute true story. I did a Euro stream with you last year. I think it was the Euros.
Yeah.
And you ate a bowl of the popcorn before we'd even started the stream.
That's right, yeah, that's
He
actually
ate
true.
5 the other day. He ate 5 bowls.
I didn't eat 5, not 5.
The
Lee, was it or not?
Yeah, well, I did.
production team were looking at us
I
like,
honestly going to say, I'm going to say this now. I know I ain't talking about football, but with popcorn, once you start it, you can't finish it.
Oh, it's very Moorish,
It's
yeah.
Moorish, isn't it? It's saying about it.
Lovely. It was,
yeah.
You can't. I define anybody to just eat
One handful.
one
I couldn't
handful.
I couldn't eat that.
Huh?
I couldn't eat that.
Well, you're only 6. You've got more on the floor than what we've eaten.
Second Rice? No, he said it.
Out the back has been absolutely shambolic.
I can't believe this game's 0-0 to be fair.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been very open.
It's exciting. It's an exciting game of
It's
football.
exciting.
It's been frantic, hasn't it?
Yeah,
You can almost tell it's kind of 2 semi-B teams out.
Nothing like the Euros final, which was a bore fest.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, but then something like big like steak is always going to be like that, isn't it?
I know it's
Steak,
been-
obviously. No pun intended to the steak that you made.
I know it's...
That wasn't. Listen, that wasn't even meant. I don't know how that came out. Yeah, go on, James. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I know it's only been half an hour, but it's not been a great advert for Skamaka up front, has it?
We've done nothing.
But has he been? Has he got any service though?
That's
would
a
you say?
foul. Come
That's
on,
maybe a
referee.
Is that not a foul?
Look,
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't got the ball.
Oh, well, clips over himself from that angle.
No, but he hasn't got the ball.
You know, like we were saying, like going back to the Euros, it was good doing the watch-alongs and all that.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing.
great.
That
I'll
was
tell you what,
incredible.
it all started with the first game of the box parts. Remember, when I think it was the Turkey. Was it Turkey and Italy, wasn't it?
And
Yeah.
in Italy won 3-0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we was all at the box park, and that's when we sort of all the teams sort of met up with each other. And from then on, it was a really good.
but the World Cup's going to be very unique this year.
He will
because
be in November. In winter.
we will be having their watch-alongs because there'll be no Premier League football, so we won't be busy doing that. And then after the World Cup final, we can go out for our Christmas party. Look at that.
All on the Don. Lovely.
On the Don, yeah.
It's just-
Right. Unless we're in Qatar, unless you
It's
take
just
all that
spat
guitar.
and champagne as we're talking.
But what is the difference? What is the time
Just
difference?
choked on,
cigar out
he's just choked on his cigar. What?
What?
There, Robbie.
But what is the time difference in Qatar though?
What's it matter about our Christmas party? They ain't coming.
I mean about the watch-alongs. What time would the watch-alongs be?
I think it's
I'm
The
not
kick-off
sure.
times
about
are...
7 o'clock at night, aren't they?
No, I have a feeling they're early.
No, I think some are about 7 and some are about 12.
What, midnight?
No, in the afternoon. I thought-
World
Really?
Cup kick-off times. Let's
I
have a
think,
little look.
I think they're in the evening. I
There's-
think
there's-
England are playing
No,
Wales
they're-
7 o'clock at night.
10 a.m., 1 p.m. and 4 p.m.
Okay.
That's
No,
not bad,
but then
that's
there is a 7 p.m. game. So yeah.
All right.
Well, they always seem to doubt me, don't they?
No.
I owe you a 10 already.
I don't
So
think
they're
they seem.
all,
I don't think they.
Oh, what
Four,
pass that is.
four games a day though. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be
Good.
great feast of football.
Feast of football, I like that. Feast of football.
Cross.
And I don't mean just the food.
Grealish. Aye.
They've done some nice stuff, England.
Still in.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Well, that'd be good. That'd be.
I'll tell you what, England have a tasty group, haven't they?
A tasty group. Look at
Yeah, but
that.
like
James,
that,
this
yeah.
is great. I just said the feast of football. England have got a tasty group. This is absolutely great.
It's food for thought, that, isn't it?
Dad jokes are coming out.
Get your diet of football out of this.
Oh, Locatelli.
Who won the
He's
dark
a
horses
top
for
player,
the World
isn't he?
Cup? Ooh, dark
That
horses.
You know what? Like, I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know. You can't say it until you've experienced it, I suppose. But the Winter World Cup, World Cup's always been in the summer. You've been out with your mates,
It's unprecedented.
having that open air, a few beers, barbecues, parties around people's houses, or going to a nice bar in your shorts and flip flops. Now you've got your hat, scarf, and
Mulled wine.
gloves on and all like that.
Mulled
Mulled wine.
I'm excited for it. Mulled wine.
I am as well. It's going to be. It's going to be.
Mince
unprecedented.
It's pies, isn't it?
Pies
What's
and
better than
football.
the lads down the pub with the log fire going and
The
the
log
mulled
fire.
wine? And
At least the beer's not going to go warm.
I wish it could be Christmas every day on the radio as you're watching England.
Who's that? Slade? Is that Slade, isn't it?
That was good.
Or is
for
that
him to
Noddy
come back
Holder?
at that.
That's
was
Slade, isn't it?
Yeah.
good stuff there. I'm actually right. I've got to say, November might be my least favourite month of the year. So I'm actually looking forward to having something.
Why is it
Vaguely.
your least favourite?
If you can say
It's
on
just
there.
a bit of a nothing month, isn't it? You know.
It's the month
My
where you
birthday's
get,
October.
It's the month where you get paid and you have to buy everything for the December, and you just spend the whole month brassic.
Clocks go back in the end of October, I suppose, don't they? So I suppose that's one reason.
Yeah, it gets dark
It's
early.
It's, I don't mind the dark. It's the cold. I can't. The cold.
But it's also hearing Christmas songs way too early.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
agree with
like
that.
Christmas songs.
I love them, but I don't like them on the 1st of November, Lee.
No.
Sorry,
Well,
man.
I think
I'm
it should
sorry,
be
it goes
the
too
1st
far.
of December.
Honestly.
Because when you're sitting in an office environment or sitting in your car,
Yeah.
by the time
I'll
the
put-
25th of November comes, you think, turn these
I
bloody songs
start-
off right now.
I'll-
And then
I'll
you've
put-
got
I love
another
it.
month of them.
I love it. But
I'll put my Christmas album on the 1st, I do.
yeah,
December.
first,
Yeah, I agree with
the
that.
first.
That's the countdown. That's
The first,
chocolate,
yeah.
The chocolate little
So I'll do
calendars
that and
and all
I'll
that.
play
Start
Christmas
getting
songs
the-
all the way up till
I
Christmas.
start getting the Christmas films out around the 1st as well. I start watching a couple
What film?
of
What
them.
films then?
What films?
Yeah.
I like Elf. Well, we're talking about Christmas. It's the middle of summer. Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
It's fun.
Screw that. Who's ready for Wimbledon? Me and Lee were talking about it
Yeah,
earlier.
Wimbledon's coming soon.
I'm
Funny
very
enough,
excited.
before we go back to Christmas, this
No,
must have been
no.
no. Just one more thing, because I don't know, I done a quiz or something, and they actually played Last Christmas by Wham for a bit, and I couldn't believe it. That's got to be the earliest I've ever heard a Christmas.
When did
song.
you hear it, sorry?
A couple of days ago.
Oh!
because I'm
A couple of days ago.
Yeah, because you know, I'm sure you lot must know about what. Have you ever heard about Hurdle, the game Hurdle?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, so it was on there, and they actually, I didn't think they actually played a bit of Last for 30 seconds. So that was unbelievable.
Well,
That's
they've
the
got an
earliest
advert
I've
around
heard.
at the minute, and the adverts rinse the Christmas songs, don't they? But they've got
Yeah.
It's the most
That's
wonderful
right, yes.
time of the year.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And that's going at the minute because they're saying
It's holidays,
summer.
isn't it? Yeah, holidays.
But
It's
that's
the holidays,
mad though.
don't
Yeah, that's for the holiday. Yeah, that's mad though. To hear it that early. But yeah, no, great.
We've got Wimbledon coming up,
Wimbledon.
and there's going to be some
Whose box you in, Lee?
content. I'm not, do you know what, like, you know, I've got to have a word with
Can I
you,
come?
mate.
Leave hospitality judges. Aren't you in lovely Emma
No,
ready
I've got to have a
box?
word with my mate Andy, see if he can sort me out. I haven't got any hospitality from Wimbledon this year. The first, I was just saying, So I was just saying, the first time at Wimbledon for a few years, and like you're going to have Nadal there, who's not been quite fit enough over the last few years. I missed out on a couple. Obviously, Djokovic.
Murray looking like he could be back to his best.
Murray, yeah.
Can I use
Murray,
this as an
I'm a big
opportunity
Andy Murray
to say we are going to be doing Wimbledon content on DR?
That's it. That's what I was going to say.
Everyone,
brilliant.
look out for that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for all
Brilliant.
that.
Brilliant.
The Italy have played some really good football the last couple of months.
And
Good. Come
do
on.
you know that Andy Murray's second favourite team is?
Arsenal.
That is correct. Seen him.
Second favourite.
What's the first?
He's,
The first is apparently
I'm going
Barcelona.
to say.
Oh, go on. Go.
Isn't the first apparently? Oh,
That was
Gonna
so
say-
apparently Barcelona. Lee.
Huh?
Isn't that the first apparently Barcelona?
Yeah, it's a Scottish team. I think I don't know what team it is. If anybody can tell me in the chat what
I
it
thought
is.
it's Barcelona. It's
No,
not Barcelona.
no, it's a Scottish team, and I don't think it's one of the big ones.
Is it Dunfermline or
Mirren,
something?
isn't it? Or something like that.
Yeah, well,
Dunfermline,
I wouldn't
something
say it was something, but it's someone like that. It's not like one. It's not Rangers, Celtic, Aberdeen, Hearts, or Hibs. I'm pretty sure it's not. It's one of.
That was so poor from Skamaki.
Hibernian, it might be Hibernian.
Hibernian.
Is it?
Who's that?
That's West Ham, isn't it?
Andy Murray.
Oh,
But
can you see it? I don't know if I can see
James,
it.
sorry?
I don't know if I don't know if I can
He's
see
not
it.
a West Ham fan, you know.
No, he got some signed shirt once.
He is. He goes to the Emirates quite a bit, as Evans.
Does he?
Yeah.
He keeps that quiet, don't he?
Yeah.
Hospitality.
Yeah.
Very good. That's brilliant.
Hospitality. Someone said it in the comments, I can't take
Yeah,
Brilliant, brilliant.
I can't take
Yeah, so looking forward to that. Wimbledon, it'd be a.
Yeah, no.
So
Do you know
could
what's
make
also
history.
good about Wimbledon? You see, like, a few of the stars back, few of the footballers go every now and then, you know what I mean? That's good
Oh, yeah,
football.
everyone loves
That. Look at that, how they've opened them up again.
England have lacked in the final third.
So of Italy.
Italy have given England lots of
I'm not
chances.
too impressed with this. What's his name? Sakamanka.
Skamaka.
Skamaka.
He's been awful.
Skamaka.
Couple bits of
Skamaka,
ball up
he's-
play that look quite nice, but I've not been particularly convinced.
Java Jed says, what do you think of Verratti? I think Verratti's a fantastic player.
Brilliant player.
Yeah, brilliant player. Jamie Murray supports Man United, but we've talked about Andy Murray. So.
Yeah. Does he, James? But yeah.
Oh, does he?
I never quite liked him. Always liked Andy.
Why? What?
Mount has stunk up the pitch. I don't agree
No,
with that.
Well, I
I think he's
wouldn't
done
say
all
that.
right.
I wouldn't say that at all. But James, you were saying about Italy. The thing is, can Italy fans really complain, James? Because it's the same thing we was having on the watch along with Germany. Look at what Italy have won. Can they really complain? 4 World Cups. That's only bettered by Brazil, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know, so once you've won that much, I don't know how you could complain. I know there's a standard to keep to, but you know, I mean, you're not going to the World
gone
Cup,
out
but
short.
you've won the European Championships.
I'll level with everyone here. You're talking to a guy who, when it comes to international football, I'm very good at just putting it to the back of my mind and getting on with my life. It's not like with Arsenal where it does kind of, it lingers and
Yeah,
you
because
think
club
about it,
football's
whatever.
club football's longer,
It's
isn't it?
very try. I'm with you on that, James. You know what I mean?
Club football's very tribal. Yeah, it is.
Oh, save. Oh, he's done it again, Ramsdale. He's done it again.
Done 3 England defenders there. None of them got in the way.
I'm with international football. I can take it or leave it. If England win, then great. If they lose, I don't lose no sleep over it. That's a good.
Ooh, that is
Where's
good.
Chiesa?
Took a deflection there.
Federico.
Why do I have a feeling Chiesa's got an injury? Or maybe, you know what? People in
Federico.
the audience tell us. I'm not sure.
Is that
But he's a
Pessino?
top player.
But you
Yeah,
know,
he's
like we was talking earlier,
That's
it comes to
Pessino,
cricket
isn't he?
and
He was in my team.
rugby and all that. I'm very passionate about England, but
Yeah, you said that.
yeah, it's just. I think it's because it's the tribal thing. I really do like, you know.
Yeah, but isn't international football meant to bring fans together, or does it not bring fans together?
I think it's as simple as you watch Arsenal 50 games of the year.
Yeah.
You watch England 10 if there's a
Yes, yeah.
tournament, 12. You know, it's just
It's
how
just-
you just can't. You
Yeah, it's also. You
Some
know,
people
half
do,
the
but I
time
just
you're
don't.
cheering-
Poor mistake by
no,
Grealish
no.
there.
You cheer.
Go on,
You're cheering
Locatelli.
rivals.
Oh, good strike.
Is that what
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying?
a save.
You know,
You're cheering rivals.
you're against
Yeah.
the right. Like, you know, for instance,
Kane,
you know, like then like for instance,
Maguire.
Yeah, like Maguire, or say like
Raheem.
even Grealish or Raheem, they score against
Trippier.
you and ruin your weekend. You know what I mean? And then the next day you got to go
But
tune them.
don't you find when it comes to tournaments,
Half time,
Go on,
that is.
Aaron.
that is
Half
half
time.
time, by the way, 0-0. It has been quite a good game of football, although the quality's been lacking a little bit. But in terms of just pure
I thought it was
battle,
decent half.
I think
Really.
it was
Yeah, I
all
thought it
right,
was a
yeah.
decent half.
We will talk about that. But I think in terms of international football,
Yeah.
I think everyone's together until we lose, and everyone wants to blame each other or each
Yes.
other's players.
Yes.
And we see that in the nasty side of that when it comes
Yeah,
to
the Euros. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There is a super chat from Jeff Niaz and Ty. I don't know what that says here. Can you read that?
ETH, Arteta, Frankie, any Arsenal player. Don't understand that.
What?
Eric Ten Hag, ETH.
Eric Ten Hag.
Oh, is that what
What's
it
it
is?
saying? Let's have a little look.
E-
Ty, Eric Ten Hag over Arteta and Frankie de Jong over any Arsenal player. So Jeff clearly
no.
bases his feeling that
Yeah.
United are in a better position.
Yeah.
I was thinking
absolutely.
that was like the ethereal, like the
Yeah, that
crypto coin.
Yeah, that was a bit of
Well, no.
that was a bit of an equation. That
And De Jong hasn't gone to Manchester United yet, and I don't think he will. Why would he want to go to a team
I want him at
that
Arsenal.
are nobodies? Or acting like nobodies?
Talking about the half of football, what did you think of that, James? From Italy, from
That
England?
was quite open, surprisingly. I thought it'd be a bit more of a dull affair. Italy for such a change side.
The guys
A year
that
on.
have the vegetable one.
Okay, that's fine.
Are you all right there, Ty?
Okay, so yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
They probably haven't eaten it all.
No, that's all right.
Go and ask them if they've
Go on,
got
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. They deserve that, so that's cool.
Go on, James, sorry, mate.
Back at it. No, I just want to make sure Ty's got everything he needs.
No,
He's got
oh, yeah,
pizza,
I've got-
popcorn.
Yes,
drink.
thank you.
Yeah, good. For a side that looks so different to the one we saw at the Euros, I thought there was some impressive stuff from Italy there. England definitely had their moments. I think Grealish, Mount, Sterling have looked quite bright at times. Reece James looks okay. But both are lacking that real quality in the final third. If anyone's likely to have it, it's probably England. But Italy have kind of crafted nicer moves that you probably think you'd want the England forwards on the end of them.
I think apart from hitting the bar, I think Italy have had the better chances, and the difference
agree with
between the chances, Lee, is
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale.
Ramsdale's done very, very well. But listen, I think they're saves that you'd expect him to. I've got to say that the Italian fella should have scored for that one there. The other save, a couple of them were good saves, routine. But listen, I'm going to say it now. Pickford's one was a routine save, and he didn't deal with it. You know, this is what Ramsdale's got to do. Put a performance like this in, and what does that do? It puts pressure on the manager to say, hold on a minute, and also it may get Pickford to raise his game a little bit, because if he doesn't, someone's there is going to
He's
come
played
in.
very well. He's played very well. A couple of more super chats. Zamir Patwa says, "I want to introduce Ty to a big fat juicy bird."
I don't know what I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean a bird food-wise,
turkey? Yeah, I would
or
say
a
a turkey.
female? So I don't know.
He doesn't eat meat. Like, don't remember, So
I don't.
No.
I don't eat meat.
And Nick
No,
Joel
no.
says, "Who's everyone's dark horse for the World Cup?" We will get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
What can we change? It is quite a second-string team, I think. For
Well, I
England.
think you've got to go. Like, as you say, Grealish and Sterling's not second.
Owen maybe.
So, oh?
Owen. Darren Bowen. Played
Oh,
very
if it's an
well last
Owen.
weekend.
Oh,
Well,
Bowen.
he done well when he
he's
come
done
on the
really
other
well
day.
when
I
he
don't
co-
see
yeah.
why he's not been given a chance. We
No,
know what
exactly.
Sterling can do.
Yes.
Good guy in there. But to be honest, I don't think you should change anything at the moment. We're looking all right, and I don't think there's anything. At the end of the day, if anything happens to certain players, this is what we've got. So we've got to find out. So
I
for
agree
reason,
with that.
I don't think they should say, all right, we're not scoring goals. Let's bring on Harry Kane now, or we could we get rid of Grealish and all that. No, let them go.
It's really hard for them, isn't it? Because I'm here trying to judge them. Scamacca were linked with Abraham because of what he's done at Rome, and other players like Grealish and Mount who've kind of been on there's kind of debate around whether they should be starting for England. And for me, you know, they've just come out of such long, grueling seasons. Then they're asked to play 3 competitive matches. I almost don't want to judge them too much.
4?
But
Yeah.
4? Have they played 4?
Well, they've played, this is their third, they're going to have another one
No, there's another one Tuesday.
There's another one Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't stand
I said that.
international football.
That was my
I can't
reaction
stand
on Tuesday.
international football. Oh my word.
Yeah, so
Are they really putting them through a 4th?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just a tough,
You can see how much of a casual I am when it comes to the
so
international.
it's a tough schedule, isn't it?
I might be wearing this, but I'm very relaxed about it. I mean, Mount should maybe do a little
Maybe
bit
he
better.
should have scored there.
But
Maybe.
they're
Maybe
putting them
should
through a
score.
4th game.
Yeah, 4
4.
games in succession, you know.
They've basically gone, there's no World Cup, so we'll just chuck you in this. We'll just give you 4 internationals at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's
Must
just...
be
I think it's
desperate.
ridiculous.
Must be desperate to go on holiday. I mean, we were talking about the Orlando tour, right? For the Arsenal players are going on
Yeah.
weeks,
mid-July.
four,
But I
5
think they
weeks,
come back 9th or 10th of July, maybe training early. So
1st of July, most of them go back.
So we're talking
Yeah.
about a couple of weeks. I think first friendly's probably around the 9th or 10th. So we're only talking a couple of weeks before they're back with their clubs.
Yeah, it's not an awfully long holiday. It's not an
Well,
awfully
Arsenal
long
in
holiday
the
at all.
first game's in Baltimore and on the 16th, isn't it? Which is
Yeah.
which is on a Saturday, which is 5 weeks today. Is it 5 weeks or 6 weeks today?
My
going?
God.
No, not to Baltimore. No.
First class private jet out there. And
I know some things are being planned, but all will be revealed in time.
Great.
It's 5 weeks.
I say that because I don't really know what the plans are.
Five
There
weeks,
are some plans.
5
Go
weeks
ahead.
today is that game.
Wow.
Wow.
What you
Yeah.
look? What you
So
looking?
you-
So they've
looking
still
at-
got to play another game, go on holiday, come back for their first day of training, play a couple
They'll have an
friendlies,
extra few days.
and that's
off.
all going to happen in
They'll
5
have
weeks.
an
Well, you look
extra
at
few
it-
Listen, I feel for these people. I understand why Klopp moans so much. I get it. I get it.
I would understand why someone like Klopp would moan so much if they weren't dragging their team halfway across the world to promote their brand. And I've always said this, and I've said this the same about Ferguson when he used to moan about it, Wenger when he used to moan about it. You can't sit there and say, oh, you know, the players are tired when you're dragging everyone out to Malaysia for 2 weeks.
And I'll be really honest with that. Arsene Wenger dug his heels in for many years with that, and we didn't do these things. If
Yeah,
you
we
remember
stopped a
rightly.
bit, yeah.
We'd go to Austria was be our furthest place,
Yeah.
and go on a training,
Yes.
and they resisted it, didn't they?
Yes.
But the financial,
Implications.
turned around and said, you know, that we had to follow suit.
You have a duty to those fans around the world as well. I know a lot of it is business driven, but I mean, it's amazing that
If you want to support an
take...
English club, James, come to England. That's what I would say, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Is that listen? I respect every international fan, but I don't support someone like I don't know the Chicago Bears and go, why aren't the Chicago Bears coming to England? Why aren't they coming here? I want to watch them as well. You know, if you're going to support an English club, then you have to make a pilgrimage.
But I don't think the fans abroad
I don't
are
think-
saying why they're not coming here. I think it's just great that they can go abroad and see.
I think it's great that they can, but then on the other hand, when it gets to Christmas time, don't whinge.
Well, exactly, because at the end of the day, they're travelling lots of. You know, I think Spurs are off to Malaysia and Australia, and
Are they?
I think Manchester United are in Bangkok and Australia as well. If I'm, you know, it's a lot of travelling to do in a pre-season, and then you know come and then be fresh for the beginning of the season. But that is realistically modern day football now. Going back in the day, you'd finish in May, wouldn't you? And
Yes.
you'd you know,
back until
would
July.
be back to, but those days are gone now. It's really 12,
Well, it's-
11 months of a 12
I
now,
just
isn't it?
don't understand that. I mean, I just don't understand the. They pull out sort of. I remember we was in a tournament once in China. We played Man City in China.
Yeah, what was that? It was the Barclays Trophy or something?
Yeah,
That's
something,
right,
something
the
like
Asian
that.
Barclays
Yeah,
Trophy.
the Asian
Yeah.
Trophy.
Well, we've got that now. We're actually going out to America.
Orlando
We're
Cup.
going to
A
Orlando Cup.
lot
We've
of
got
people,
Chelsea.
obviously international fans, are very upset with me. What I've
Really?
said in there, but
Oh,
listen,
I weren't going to.
Well, it's interesting, but Nicky, you say that, you're saying that about the international fans, that they wanted to make a thing of that. Do you remember? I'm sure. Well, I shouldn't say you remember. I'm sure everybody remembers the so-called 39th game. Remember when they wanted to play the 39th game abroad? Can you imagine if that had gone ahead?
I think from neutral's point of view, if you like, from that point. I think it's great that Arsenal can go to America and the fans
they
can
can,
take,
yeah.
or somewhere, go to Australia or whatever. I think it's a great thing, like, you know what I mean?
It is if they can, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the last game of the season, Everton, there's a lot of American fans over here for that game, and they're just as passionate as us. And it's quite refreshing to see, you know, to see that and talk to the guys and how they feel about it. And they're as passionate and as the only thing that, you know, I don't really get is that they hate Spurs as much as I do, and I don't know how.
I am not debating that they shouldn't. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, don't start whinging about it at the end of the season. If they want to,
I get what you're saying. The club shouldn't be winning. That's what you're saying.
You know,
the clubs, right?
Yeah,
so, right.
Yeah, but if you're going to take the players to Malaysia and China for all these tournaments, when it comes to Christmas time, don't go all there, play too much football.
Yeah.
Just drag them halfway around the bloody world.
Yeah, that's down to the clubs to do it.
I don't know if 1 week or 10 days away has that big an impact.
No, they're travelling first class, everything, like, you know.
Yeah, you know, and they'll be well looked after. I don't think that. I think where the wear and tear happens is the sheer ferocity volume of games, the ferocity of the modern game. It's tactically intense, it's physically intense,
mentally
across all leagues. It's, you know, it's so challenging, and then you send them into, you know, 4 basically friendlies that, okay, I quite like the Nations League after. You know, it is a lot. I do sort of sympathise. I don't think the scheduling is always in favour of looking after the players as much as it is getting the right audience and the right views right whatever. So I think there's a point for managers and players there when they moan about it. I mean, I think this new Champions League format that's coming in 2024. That's not exactly going to do them any
More
good.
Listen, it's all about the money these days. I do understand
that
it,
is
mate.
what it is. It's all about money.
Kevin Jimenez says football's a global sport compared to, say, like American sport, and some fans are young and some, like me, can't just pack their bags and move to England. I'm not asking you to move to England, but you could come to England to watch a game. If you're going to support an English club, then even if they took it to America, you don't get the authentic experience of an English game.
Well, that's what they wanted in the 39th game. That's what they wanted to do, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I
It'd be interesting to go out to America and experience what a game is like from.
Yeah, but would you be able to experience though? Because it'd only be a friendly, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but
fans around the world can
still
be.
How the American fans
I see it, yeah.
go about it. What is? I like to see it from what is an American fan's experience going to a game of football.
Yeah.
I'd like to experience that, see what it's like.
Well, first of all, for the American fans I don't know, it's definitely not soccer. They call it soccer, don't they?
What's that got to do with the experience?
Anyway.
No, what I'm saying is-
Another slice of pizza, please.
Just another
Send him.
super chat on that. Foreigners are the reason English clubs are as big as they are today. Without them, the Premier League would just have been another league.
That's a good point. Yeah,
That's a very good point. Very good point.
But how many foreigners are from America? Apart from Christian Pulisic. Yeah, I suppose that's a good point. That is a good point.
Let's change the subject. A lot of people are very unhappy with me in the comments. But
Oh, really?
it is what it is. It is what it is. Right, can we win this game?
Yeah, I think it's very open. It could go either way at this moment in time. If I'll be honest, I think that both teams are decent. I wonder how, you know, we can't. The atmosphere is affecting the game. If it was a packed crowd here at this game, it would be maybe a bit different. But maybe that's helping out the away team. I don't know. Like, you know,
David.
Well, as things stand, Italy are still top of the group with 5 points. Hungary second on 4, Germany third on 3, England bottom on 2. So there's a chance for Italy to pull away here potentially a little bit. Yeah.
Where would that? Okay, so that's as it stands now.
So they've
Birmingham
changed
City.
the Nations League format then.
It used to be 3 teams, didn't it?
It used to be different leagues. So you used to have League A,
Yeah.
and then you had A1, A2, A3, A4.
Oh, some of them do have 3.
And then you had League B, and that would be B1, B2, B3, B4. And the way it worked was that all the group winners from the B tables would move up into A. Everyone who came bottom of A would drop down into B, and the winners of A would go into a semi-final. I quite liked it. I thought it was clever.
Yeah, look, group
oh,
A,
so okay,
A3.
so they're
that's
so they're still.
the
So
same.
does that still apply?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, good. I quite like that. I thought that was quite a good system.
I've got to say, I don't want to change the subject, but I love Mancini because he got one over Ferguson. Wasn't it great? Absolutely great.
All jokes aside, not to banter
I
United
do like
fans,
Mancini.
that was
like,
incredible.
I'll say it over there.
It was incredible, wasn't it?
You
I
swapping?
do like Mancini, like, you know.
I do like
I've
Mancini.
got so
as
much
well.
abuse, I'm going to let Lee take over.
He stood, which is not nice. He stood up to Ferguson. It was great. It was absolutely great.
I'd say that City title win was special.
That was great. That was unbelievable.
Yeah, Mancini's done a fantastic job with Italy as well, I have to say. And I think where Italy, I think, earned a lot of respect at the Euros was typically known as a team that's solid, pretty effective and efficient, but they played some wonderful football throughout the Euros. We've seen it at times today. I just can't believe they're not going to the World Cup. I mean, this is why I'm glad I got two teams. At least I got England. I'll be the biggest England fan this November. Watch, I'll have my Saka.
That's
England
a bit
shirt.
out of order, really. I think, you know what I mean, changing your sides, like, you know.
Yeah, but he's half English though.
There you go.
Like me.
I suppose you can go that way. Like,
So-
game's kicked off, by the way, Italy now. On
Actually, no. James is fully English like me, but obviously his parents are Italian.
I'm by blood half and half. Also,
so
I've
if
lived
your
here.
parents are
I lived in
Italian,
Italy
how
for-
Who
can
would you have
feel-
played for?
England. I have lived in
Italy, you have?
Italy a year, and I've been every year of my life. The one thing, I went to Spain last week on holiday, which was lovely. My brother, who's younger than me, got himself an Italian passport because he's much more shrewd and intelligent than I am. So he just flies through passport control. I was in a 2.5 hour queue because obviously I couldn't go through EU.
Yeah.
So that's taught me, right? I've got to go get my Italian passport.
Bloody
sorted.
Brexit.
I've got a super chat coming from Krugedosk. I think. Sorry if I haven't pronounced that right. Ty, how is Ferguson still rent free in your head?
He ain't.
He's going to live there for the rest of his
He ain't.
don't get me
life.
wrong.
No, he
yes,
ain't.
because
I'll
like-
say, I'm rent free in your head if you're asking me that. I'm rent free in
He
your head.
retired 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know, yeah,
He
he's still
did,
going like-
and he's still a cheat now. And look at the cracks of Manchester United. They're in the football sewer. Mud is sticking to their football faces. It's great. I love it.
The thing is with
absolutely
you,
love it.
Ty, absolutely anything could trigger you.
Well, it
If I
depends
said
on-
to you, do you like the Black Eyed Peas? You go, yeah, Will I am Fergie. Ferguson, oh my God, United, they're cheats, they're this, that. Anything.
Right, another super
absolutely
chat here
That's
coming
good,
in.
James. That's good.
Anything will trigger
From
you.
Sharif.
Anything.
Top 6 Premier League teams play most games every season due to the competitions. Do Premier League teams suffer because of Champions League because it causes highest number of injuries?
Say that
Yep,
again,
absolutely.
sorry.
I think they do.
Sorry.
So the top 6 teams in the Premier League play the most competitive games in the season.
Right.
Does that mean so they suffer because of the high number of injuries, say like before the Champions League final?
Yeah, I'd say they do.
I think we're in the toughest league, aren't we? I think it's the most. I don't think we'd say it was a great. It's the most competitive league.
Oh,
Yeah.
Look, I personally think
Free
it's
again. If he plays him in there, oh, poor ball.
what a
Poor
shocking
ball.
pass.
Poor ball.
That should be 1-0.
Nah, poor ball. Poor ball.
That's Pellegrini, poor ball. Who made the run off the ball? Is that new guy?
Should have done better
That's
there. like
Pellegrini. Yeah.
that. I think, like, you know, this is. Do you think that's where the World Cup could benefit us this time, being in November? Like, you know, is that we're a little bit jaded towards the end of the season, so
I think
maybe.
the Premier League's going to suffer. because of
Possibly.
it.
I think it will as well.
Have we got a better chance of winning it because of that?
Depends on the heat and stuff.
Everyone's going to benefit from that, aren't they?
Yeah, but where our season's that little bit tougher and a little bit more competitive, we seem always to be that little bit more jaded going into World Cups, don't we? Even like these games here, we've looked a bit jaded, haven't we?
I honestly don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. My thing with England is actually I think we lack technical quality over the other teams. I know player-wise we've made up for that a lot in the last couple of years, but you can look at a Spanish team or an Italy team or a German team or a France team who don't have, on paper, a better team than England, and they'll just still look more cultural on the ball. They'll still look more naturally kind of in tune with each other. That's just always been my thing with
I think
England
a lot of the times where we fall down as well is when we go to these like really hot countries. We're not always the greatest on the ball. You know, you look at the Spain teams and the France team; they let the ball do the work.
Yeah.
Whereas we get ours done through hard work.
Yeah.
And it's harder to do the hard work in them countries that are 30, 40 degrees.
Yep.
You know, like the Mexicos, the USAs, and so you always find that we do a little bit better. Where was the last World Cup? France, was it?
Russia.
Russia.
Yeah, I think we do a little bit better in the
colder
European
countries, yeah.
Kevin Nures says, what cheats has Arsenal in the end mud they're in tie? Don't know what that means really like. You know.
What? Say that again?
What cheats has Arsenal in the mud they're in tie?
I think you're gonna have to explain that.
You know
because
what I mean?
don't
I think he's trying to rush that through that one there, like, you know. And is Tayo a pole dancer? Can you pole dance, Tayo?
No, I can't.
It's time.
What a random question. No. Why are you a pole dancer?
You've always struck me as a secret pole dancer.
I thought he was going to say
He's
secret.
miles off. I mean,
I thought he was
come
going to say,
on, time
you've
to
always
run.
struck me as, well done, Harren.
That
Oh. I thought he was going to say,
from Ramsdale.
you've always struck me as a secret lemonade drinker.
touch.
Really
Poor
that,
touch.
is it, like, you know? Just looking at the game now, I know it's only been 45 minutes, and who sort of stood out for you in the game?
Aaron?
Yep,
I think
Ramsdale.
he has,
one of
yeah.
them.
I think
Ramsdale.
I agree with that.
I think Locatelli for Italy's done some nice stuff. Declan Rice, actually. I thought he had a really good first half.
Oh yeah, I thought he played well.
yeah, he
first
did.
half.
He did, yeah.
What about Tomori? Saying on the Tomori,
Kyle, he's the best one in form, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm
do
really
you
glad Tomori's getting the recognition he deserves at England level. I mean, a champion out in Italy, funnily enough.
Yeah,
I know a lot of these players.
Is he England's best central defender? Do you think?
Tomori?
One of
Yeah.
the best.
I didn't ask for one of the best. So when I'm hosting, I just asked, is he the best?
Did you say you're hosting? Why? Nicky never said that.
Not
Wasn't it?
hosting, hosting.
What's been on? I never heard Nicky say that. What is Billy Big Boots Lee hospitality judges now? Is it?
I just asked him the
heard,
question.
I never heard Nicky say that.
I think
Nicky was 100 times better. Who said that?
I think if we're weak in any position, it is central defence. I don't think there's a real dominant central defender out there, is there?
I've not watched him week in,
For
week
England,
out for AC Milan, but I think Stones is probably still our best defender.
Stones.
Oh, that's
what about you?
interesting.
Who are you going to go for?
I can't say Tomori just because he's a bit unproven. He's only conceded 13 goals in Serie A this year, which is impressive. And he has been really, really good out there.
Yes!
Yeah, has he
no.
missed
Oh,
that?
he should score.
Sterling.
It's a great ball from Reece. Great ball.
It is a great ball from Reece.
Great ball from Reece, put across 6 yards out.
He's got to score.
6 yards out, Sterling, and he's missed it. Lovely foot.
But it's
Look
a
at the way he
great
got that out of it.
Oh, come on.
He's got to score.
You got to score.
I'll tell you what, Abraham's done well there, just pushing the defender out of the way as well there. And lads, he should score.
He's got to score.
It's an open goal.
Oh, what is... Come on.
It's an open
How
goal.
many times have we seen him do that, Sterling?
This is what I'm saying.
It's a vintage Sterling kind of pocket of space to find. He's been doing that for
Yeah,
years
he is,
under Pep Guardiola. That back post run.
The thing is, like, you can get away with it at Man City, James, because they create a lot of chances, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, but you know, if you go to another team, and like who we are of England, you've got to take that chance.
Yeah.
Poor touch there from James.
Go on, Ward-Prowse. I haven't seen him a lot,
Well
have you?
done.
No,
No, that was good from
That was
Ward-Prowse.
done very well there.
And the funny thing is, there's not been no free kicks, has there?
That's
Which
out.
he'd probably be favourite to take. Ooh.
He's not happy. Abraham caught on the ankle there.
You're directly swearing at him in Italian.
I wonder.
Well, I don't know what he's done there.
It's more the way.
Saw himself,
Ooh,
wasn't it?
it's
Like,
more the way he
Look
spun
like,
on it.
might look like an Achilles or
it's all
his
right.
ankle.
Ooh, hope he's all
Struggling
right.
a little bit.
Tomori's Italian's apparently really good. He's been out there working on the language and stuff, which is
Abraham, by the way, scored 29 goals in all competitions.
Brilliant.
Scored a
good
great
return
header
in his
against
first
Leicester,
season.
didn't he, in that semi-final of the...
Is that more than Kane?
It's more than all the Arsenal forwards put together. It's a good, impressive stat.
It's impressive stuff.
We
I
wanted
tell
him
you,
last
Italian
summer.
football is not easy to score goals on either, is it? So
No.
That's impressive, that.
At least he didn't do for Chelsea, eh?
I don't know. I don't know if it's. I mean, yeah.
Right, F. Reader has said, don't take it personally, Nicky. If you say something controversial online, you will get mad abuse. Certainly more than necessary.
Mate, look,
It's your opinion.
No, I don't agree. I don't. Well. Then who's that? Who said that? Lee. What's the name of the person?
Go back there,
listen,
Mr. Reader.
I'm all for opinion.
Yeah.
If my opinion doesn't match your opinion, feel free to differ me. Just, as long as you don't get personal, I don't really care.
But he's wrong to say abuse, because abuse is different to disagreeing.
Yeah.
We can all disagree, but abuse is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Some pizza, please.
No, it's true. Abuse
Science
is ridiculous.
teacher, let's see, a question for Lee. Isn't it shameful to be having a chant for just entering the Champions League? Have the standards dropped so low for the fans? Listen,
isn't it shameful to not win a trophy for 100 years?
I didn't agree with that chant.
Was this a Super Mikel?
Yeah, Super Mikel.
That's
I didn't
rubbish.
agree with it. Like at the end of the day, but
No,
listen,
that's rubbish. No,
from an Arsenal point of view, we are where we are. I know where we are. I'm not deluded enough to think that we're going for the title or whatever at this moment in time.
Nice,
we've put ourselves in that position, and that's where we are at the moment,
Well,
trying to chase down the Champions League.
Look,
I'm sorry.
I'm with you,
That's
Lee.
ridiculous.
As in, I didn't really sing the song.
I did.
But it's just fans supporting their team.
Exactly. And there's a
I
lot
do
worse
think
out
people
there.
get, you know.
I thought it was a great chant. I thought it was a great
It's a
chant.
brilliant
I mean, it sounded good.
Oh.
There was, you know, the super chat there. What's he giving here? This foul on the Italy player. The super chat read, is it about a lowering of standards and all that?
Yeah.
I think sometimes we read way too much into
I
things.
think
It's just a song. We were
it's a
trying to
song.
get into the Champions League.
Which we should have.
I didn't really sing it because I kind of felt it was a bit ahead of maybe what I really
was
thought Arsenal
Yeah.
were going to do and all that.
I
Still supported the
you
boys
think
and
that's
whatever.
good. You wanted to see people losing their shit over West Ham a massive chance.
Yeah,
Again, people
it's
took that
just
so
tongue-in-cheek, isn't it?
personally.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
tongue in cheek.
People took that so personally.
so personally, yeah.
I think.
What have you achieved? What have you won? Oh my God, like leave it.
Did you sing that song?
I did sing it, but
sing it,
I thought it was a bit of fun. I think the person
What
who
was that
saying this,
the West Ham are massive? Is that the one?
There we go.
I heard.
Wow,
People
really?
took that fint. They
Why?
got offended by that.
The thing is, I did sing it. I don't think I
Oh,
did
it's
sing
a
it. It
good
was
question coming in.
It was a bit of
good
fun.
question
But
coming in here.
what I would say
Go on.
is that what's more shameful is the way people react. That's more worse, and the way people behave than any song sung, and everyone would know what we mean. So if people are going to talk about shameful, what about the shameful behaviour of fans? Forget about singing, because singing is nothing.
Listen, I think that singing sometimes is a bit of banter and
It's
all
just
that. like,
that's nothing.
I get
There's a
that.
lot of worse things that happen.
I didn't think it was as.
I didn't think it was. I didn't
The
think
game's
it
getting a
was
bit
too
scrappy now,
It is,
isn't
yeah.
it?
A little bit.
The
Just
LST has
foul,
said,
a
like,
bit.
this is a good question. Like, Tomorrow, Abraham, Sancho, Bellingham, England players benefited from playing abroad.
Yeah.
Different countries. Should more players do that?
Yeah.
My opinion on that is,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. But in the Premier League, you're getting top dollar now. It's not so much of an importance to move abroad.
But who's hit that super chat?
BLST. It's a good question.
I always thought the England team.
Or
Sorry,
she.
Ty.
That's
I
right.
always thought the England team could benefit more from that because
Yeah.
you get a more continental style of
Yeah,
play and you get
but
a
not-
mixture of
yeah,
continent.
But as a club player, there's no real reason to do it now, is there? Like,
Well, you say that, Lee. You say that, Lee, because what he or she's forgotten that Emil went on loan to Germany, and look where
Yeah.
he is now.
yeah. So
yeah,
you're saying
then-
more of a get out there on loan for a little bit, like instead of maybe.
No, I think they could.
If you
I
can,
think I would
think you
rather see. Sorry to cut
That's
you,
all right.
Nicky. I would rather see an Arsenal player that's kind of on the brink of getting in the first team. I'd rather see them go
On
to
loan
the
Premier
Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, rather than drop into the Championship or League One. Personally, leagues that are, don't get me wrong, thoroughly
top flight.
entertaining and have some top players and good, very good sides in there.
I agree.
But they're scrappy. They're tough. They're long.
Yeah,
I'd
clumsy.
rather them go to Europe, play a sensible amount of games. Maybe someone get. You look at Reece Nelson at Feyenoord. You know, I don't know if he's ready for Arsenal,
But
but,
he's paid week in, week
undoubtedly rediscovered some of his best form. Went
Yeah.
to the Conference League final.
Yes.
And that's the kind of path I want to see for our young players. Saliba as well with Marseille. I prefer that than dropping down the leagues in
Interesting.
England personally.
1,
Oh,
2,
that's
3,
good
4. BI. Sterling is so frustrating because he clearly has a high football IQ. He just can't take advantage of it as much as he should. I think at times with Sterling, this is, I've always said that he's too quick for his legs. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean?
Do you mean he's too quick for kind of like he does things quicker than he kind of thinks about the next thing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
Like, I do
interesting.
think that, like, you know.
I love Sterling. I think
I'd
he's
love
a
to have
top
had
player.
his
Brilliant
pace.
player.
I can't believe City are even looking at getting rid of Sterling. I think he's fantastic.
Well, I don't think they're looking to give him. He's not looking
Well,
to sign new contracts, is he?
It
You know?
always
Get
sounds like they're
Arsenal,
sort of
mate.
open to the sale, don't they? But
Possibly. I don't know.
You know, I don't. You know, when people say he's an Arsenal man,
I don't know.
I've heard Arsenal looking at Bowen.
would you take Sterling at Arsenal?
that came up today. Bowen to Arsenal.
Bowen to Arsenal.
I'd
But
love
wouldn't-
him.
I don't
can't
know
see
about
him leaving-
Sterling
I can't
because I
see
just
him
don't know if
leaving
he's
West Ham.
ruthless enough, like, you know.
Well, let's hope he would.
I'd have
be.
Sterling, I'd have Bowen, I'd have Rafinha, I'd all of them. And everyone's saying, yeah, but what about Saka? It's great, competition, depth, brilliant. They're all fantastic. They're all fantastic players. Bowen, Rafinha, Jesus, Sterling. Yeah, absolutely. Who are West Ham looking at, Nicky? What's
Look at
going
that
on?
lovely ball there from Ramsdale. Did you see that?
Aaron Ramsdale.
By the way, he does that every week for Arsenal.
Yeah.
That pass
Who
there.
are we looking at? It depends on whether the season ticket renewal window's still open or not. That's how our board
The
works.
thing is, I've got to say this, you know, let's talk about transfers quickly while we're on the subject. Like, not really a great lot of business being done at this moment in time.
It's just
Not
open now,
United-
officially.
It's just open.
Yeah, officially Manchester United haven't done nothing yet. Arsenal haven't done nothing. West Ham haven't done nothing.
I think we read too much of it this early into it because
Yeah.
there are some deals that are agreed at the end of the season. At this
Yeah.
particular moment in time, you've got a whole bunch of internationals and the rest of them on holiday.
Yeah, I think it's what's the most important. It's not what you do at the beginning; it's what you've done by the end.
That's true. That's true.
But we're looking at a few.
Well, for me, you've got to get the bulk of your business done by the opening day, and that's where Arsenal have fallen
Yeah.
short.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
so many years.
We've fallen into that trap too many times, in my opinion.
What do we make of this Nunez to Liverpool deal? They're talking, what, 80 million? Something like that?
€8 million. I
8
think.
million
James,
euros,
who-
okay.
James-
with
James.
potential add-ons.
James, who knows? Who knows?
Abby has just put in a question here for the judge: Lampard or Gerrard in their day? Not an argument for me. I think Steven Gerrard was one of the best midfield players in the Premier
Of his
League.
generation.
He was, yeah, he was.
So
If
for
I
me,
chuck
for
Scholes...
me, it's
Go on.
Steven Gerrard. What about for you, James? Going to ask that question for you.
Gerrard... Lampard's goal scoring record is unbelievable.
But he was playing
Well,
in the
done
better team,
well
wasn't
there. It's good
Gerrard. That was
control.
really good by Skamaka. But
Oh, sign him up.
right, we'll have him. 50 million, put the money in.
Sign
Go
him
on.
up.
Come on.
That was quality, that was.
That was lovely. We'll have him. Arsenal fans are so thirsty.
Great
Go on.
ball.
Go
That's
on,
a
you
great
got
ball.
Oh, it's another good save. He's offside. No.
he?
corner. He's
As he
done
said
well
that,
there, Ramsdale.
Aaron
Ramsdale's
again.
keeping us in it at this
Yeah,
moment
he
in
is.
time.
That's a
What
really
about
nice
you,
ball.
Nick? Gerrard or Lampard?
I've got to say, Gerrard for
Trippier does brilliantly.
just pure midfield mastery. I think you know he was a really good player, but you can't look past Lampard's goal scoring. You want goals.
It's
30
it's
goals
tough.
a season from the centre of midfield.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Come
It's
on.
Unbelievable.
Well, he was playing in a better team, though, wasn't he? To be fair,
Still got a scorer, mate.
yeah, brilliant.
This is one for RGI. It's a good question. Like, you know, how do you think Fulham will get on this season in the Premier League?
I like Marco Silva. I know he had a bit of a torrid time at Everton towards the end, but I think they'll do okay. I mean, they've got to get it right eventually. I know they're in the league for a long time, got to the Europa League final, but they've been up and down the last couple of years. So I think they'll get it right this year. I think they'll be
Fulham
okay.
straight back
For-
down.
for me-
minus 0 points. Just kidding, just kidding.
Minus
for me,
zero.
I hope they
for
do
me,
well
one of the best grounds to go to, Fulham. so I won't be welcome back.
I'm
The
only
most
kidding.
friendly.
Minus zero.
No,
Well, last scene,
No, I'm kidding, I'm
last
kidding.
scene, swimming the Thames, been thrown out and kicked out. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I'm kidding. I hope well, I agree with James. I
tell you-
hope Fulham do well.
I'll tell you a story about the
tell
last
you.
time I went to
To Craven Cottage.
Craven Cottage. I
I
was
like Craven
a lot fatter then.
Okay.
The last time I went, I was a lot fatter, right? And it's an old style ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when
It
we
is,
went,
it is.
it was a midweek game, and it was pissing down. and I mean like chucking it down. And you got that big long walk through the park, haven't you? from
That's
the
right.
station?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the time I got there,
Love it.
right, we was running late. It was December.
I'm running late, was you? Okay,
It was freezing cold, right, and I was soaked through, right.
Yeah.
And I got to the turnstiles, and I was already miserable anyway. And I went to the turnstiles, give them a ticket, and I got lodged in the turnstile. Right, I got stuck. Right, hold on. Oh, wait, 1 minute. Right, I got stuck in the turn. I could not get through. I swear on my life, I was lodged in there. Right, so the pressure starts building up behind me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pressure of the people like,
I'm
come on,
trying to
mate,
get in.
come on,
Yeah,
mate,
yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
mate. Come on. And I'm like, boys,
Breathe in.
I'm stuck. I'm like proper stuck. All of a sudden, the pressure's built up so much. Rice being substituted.
Yeah,
off,
Rice,
by the way.
and also Abraham's coming off. So Harry Kane. Oh, Bowen's coming on as well. So Mason Mount's off. So Bowen is coming on. Phillips has come on, and Harry Kane, Captain Marvellous, is on as well.
Captain something.
So yeah, so the pressure's building up behind me. All of a sudden, right? You got nieces and nephews or sons and daughters and all that. You ever seen them Hot Wheels car things when you got you pull it back and you put the car on it and you press the button, it shoots it out, right?
Oh no.
You don't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That didn't
That's
happen
what
to
this
you,
was
did it?
like, right? So all of a sudden,
more like a
it's built up so
cannonball
much.
coming out.
I've catapulted out of this turnstile, right?
Oh my gosh.
2 feet straight into a puddle that was a hole in the ground that was that deep. Both my legs up to my knees.
Oh my gosh.
In ice cold water. I just said, right, I'm going home. That's it, I'm going home. But honestly, mate, worst day of my bloody life it was. I think
Did
we
you
won
win?
the game, yeah. I think we won. Or was it
Wow.
Oh, Ty's Teacher's back in with €100 donation. Thanks for that. What a tough year it's been for Ty. Nigeria fresh AFCON.
No, we didn't get frightened.
Then bundled out of the World Cup.
Hold on.
Arsenal
What are you talking
get battered
about?
everywhere.
What are you talking
And
about?
especially at Tottenham away.
Hold
and
on,
you
hold
bottled
on.
top four.
Oh, so you're a loser Tottenham fan.
Right.
It figures.
May as well mute your mics, guys. 'Cause
First of all,
Anyway, no, it was
we
lovely
did not
having
get-
you on here because
we
Ty's
did-
now
we-
going to go
we-
off and random.
We did not get thrashed in the African nations. We lost 1-0.
Oh, 100 Indian rupees. I apologise.
Oh, right.
Okay, I'll put my glasses on next time.
We lost to Ghana. We didn't
Yeah,
lose.
don't
We got knocked out on away
I can find you
goals.
something, Lee.
And you're saying we got battered every
what would
week.
you like? Would you like
If
a
I remember
strong
quite
beer?
rightly,
No,
didn't we batter
Would you
Tottenham?
like a Budweiser?
No, I'll have a water.
We'll
Has he
have a
finished?
water.
Has he finished?
So I'll open it for you. I'm just going.
Go on, son.
I'm
What do
powering
you mean,
through.
what do you mean have I finished?
Go on.
What do you mean have I
Go on,
finished?
Jared.
There you go.
Sure, thank you very much.
Not
Cheers.
at all. I open it myself.
Strike.
Oh, is that
aye.
Ward Prowse? Yeah. You know, so it's
This
like-
second half has been significantly worse than the first.
we
half,
battered
hasn't it?
Tottenham. And you should know about a team that gets
think the
battered every week
quality's
and wins
that good,
nothing.
James.
I think like the second half has been poor. It's not been a great start by both teams.
Easy, say start. I think we're 20 minutes. Yeah.
But
we're 20 minutes into it.
in saying that though,
It's been dreadful.
we should be 1-0 up, guys. Open goal like that.
I don't know.
Scores
Yeah,
coming
they've had
through.
their
Republic Ireland, of course,
chances,
beat Scotland today 3-0, like, you know. So
wow.
Wales, Belgium have taken the lead against Wales.
Wales, yeah.
Ukraine 3-0 up.
Who scored
They
for
won.
Tielemans?
Tielemans!
Here we go.
Oh!
Arsenal midfielder, well done.
Let's hope so, let's hope so.
Midfielder apparently. Netherlands is now
Fantastic.
2-2 with Holland.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
And Hungary are 1-1 with Germany. So
All right.
Come
if
on,
that was,
Italy, this
if
is a
the results
chance.
stay as they are, then that means that England would still be bottom of the group. So this is a very important
Come on, this is a
last
chance.
sort of 20-25 minutes. If we'd be honest, Italy would be content with a draw, James, wouldn't they?
Well,
position
with the
if they're
Germany
top.
result, yeah, but I think because we drew with Germany at home, this is an opportunity to maybe.
He holds the
Pick
ball
up
up well,
3
by the
points.
way.
Yeah, look, he's a handful. He's
Yeah,
definitely a
I
handful.
quite like what I've seen there.
He's
He looks like a male model. Look at him.
he's been better as the game's gone on.
He's a big old lump of a fella, isn't he?
And how much, from your knowledge, are we looking at the transfer fee? would be?
David.
They're talking about 40, 50 mil.
Through.
I'm
No
not so
doubt
sure.
they'll agree a loan with Juventus for 2 years, where they'll pay a £100 loan fee, and then get it for 15 million over 4 years. It's just so hard to do business with Italian clubs and get them to come to
Who's
the,
that?
to the
Scamacca?
Premier League.
Is that Scamacca you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Sorry, when Juventus want a player,
Yeah, he's going to go. But how many
How's
more forwards can
Locatelli
they
last?
have?
Oh,
Juventus, they've already got Vlahovic there, like, you know what I mean?
no, I mean in all seriousness, I don't know if you've
He's not been doing very
don't
well
think
over there,
they-
is he?
Hasn't he?
No, I don't think he's been quite
No, I don't think it's been
as
brilliant.
straightforward as it was meant to be.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Bowen's just took a little knock there, like
Yeah,
an
he's
elbow
given a
there.
foul. Yeah, the game's just got more scrappy this second half. It's got a more.
yeah, the quality's really lacking.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
What are we going to put that down to fatigue, or what are we going to do that?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think. I mean, neither team's got their first team out, have they?
No, suppose not.
What are you two laughing at?
No,
Oh,
So this kid is 18.
18.
Yeah, and I believe, I'm going to check, I don't believe he even plays.
Look at it, no one picking him up
Italy.
in the box there though. Did he say that again, or was that?
I think
it
it
was
was
side netting. I think it was unlucky though.
Yeah,
really
side
unlucky.
netting. Well, you wouldn't expect to see a goalkeeper of Ramsdale's quality conceding from the near post like that.
Well, no, I suppose not.
Now, the problem is that Jack Grealish is going to get from this game is he's better when he's coming on as a substitute. Like,
Yeah.
you know, what has he done? Is he done enough for you, Ty? What do you think?
Has he got the ball enough? Is the question.
I think he's created a few chances. It's
I
just
don't
that
know.
there hasn't been the quality to finish it off. To be
it's-
honest,
And it's always a bit different because he's such a good player. Italy are doubling up on him, aren't they? That's what Italy would do. Just like when Bukayo was playing, they doubled up on Bukayo in the final, didn't they?
Ah, come on, Ramsdale.
That wasn't a great ball from Ramsdale.
No, but at least it cleared the halfway line, so, you know.
So, but then but the thing is, Grealish needs more, doesn't he? He's like anyone. You need a run of one is not enough. You need a run of games, isn't it, to find your best form.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
at this moment in time, possession stats are 57% England, 43 Italy. I'm surprised by that. I thought it would be a little bit more even than that. 7 shots England, 7 shots Italy, 11 shots for England.
I'm surprised you're
4
reading
shots on
stats,
target.
Lee. You're into the stats now, aren't you?
Well, I am not.
Yeah, fair enough.
3 shots on target for
I know.
for Italy. Corners 1 for England, 2 for Italy. I
I know-
think it's been a little bit more than that. 56-44. I thought it'd be a bit more even than that.
Well, James, I know he's into the hospitality stats. That's for sure.
I mean, the hospitality shirt, they don't know champagne here though, like, you know. So.
that's why they've had to put the air conditioning on because he's used to it.
I was getting a little bit cold there, so I didn't have that on.
Is that Perrier?
Ferro, this is water champagne. This is.
Very. Did they used to sponsor Wimbledon?
Come
Go
on,
on,
Jack,
chance.
come on.
At this point, I just
Oh,
want to see a
lovely,
goal.
lovely.
That's nice.
That's a lovely
That-
ball. Oh,
That was.
He's
Yeah,
been
as
disappointing tonight, has he? Today, Sterling. in my
yes,
opinion.
but like I said,
He
Italy
needs
are
an open
doubling.
goal, mate.
The chance he is a big chance, but Italy are doubling up.
Would you say they won the Italy?
I did.
Yeah. Sorry, Nicky. Yeah.
Yeah, I said 1-0 Italy.
I mean, the more this goes on like this, the more I'm thinking Nicky might be right. Italy might sneak one.
You did say 1-0 to Italy, didn't you? Like,
I did,
you know?
yeah. I thought it'd be a scrappy game.
But he hasn't been, has it? It's been quite open.
Second half it's definitely got. We've seen more fouls, more breakups in play, more.
The
Loose
longer it
passes.
goes, nobody wants to lose. The longer it goes, isn't it?
Still 1-1 in the other game as well. So
You've got to say as well, if England don't win this, they're in a perilous position at the bottom
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
table in terms of the Nations League.
Or it'd be 2 points out of 3 games. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that. There's every chance you're dropping down to
the next group, won't it?
Group B, and then that will really be a slog.
Be a massive game then Tuesday night there against Hungary.
Yeah.
Where's that being played?
I don't know, where is that being played? Can we find out where that's being played?
Well, it's
I
definitely.
think it might be at Wembley.
But how many games?
Twidget, it just says, does Ty work at the KFC at Tottenham Court Road? Thought I saw him there. Glad he finally got a job title like that. I mean, I can safely say
no,
that you haven't like that.
No, I do not. And the thing about
I'll
that,
give him some
listen,
stick in
the thing about that, banter is one thing, but let's not start personal insults and talk about people's jobs. That's all I would say, okay?
No, that's right.
All right? Thank you.
You got a good job, haven't you?
Well, I don't know. It's all right.
You don't know. Do all right.
What do you do? Can you say or not?
I can tell
Nicky,
I can tell you,
offline.
but not on air.
Yeah.
Because people have asked me that and I don't say, for one good reason.
Wasn't a great
It's not
moment
pole
for
dancing, by
tomorrow
the
though.
way.
No,
What was that?
no, it's not pole dancing.
Apparently, it's back at the Molyneux for the next game, so I'll
Is
take
it?
it.
Oh, that's
The
interesting.
quality has
I'll
fallen
take
off
it
a
without.
cliff here,
Yeah,
hasn't
I'll
it?
take it
Oh,
without
my
fans as well, I suppose. We got must have a 2-game ban if
but
we're
then-
having it at Molyneux.
But then that's not fair for the England fans of the Midlands, because that means that when England
can't
play
go.
again- yeah, that's not fair, is it?
Well, I don't,
That's just Wembley saving money. I
That's
think.
why.
Yeah, well, yeah, but yeah,
it's so
'cause
interesting because
it's
you
all
can.
about money, isn't it? Like, you know
It
what I
is.
mean?
There's no way those two games behind closed door will be at Wembley.
I think it makes sense for England as well if there's no crowd to play it at Molyneux because St George's Park is there, isn't it?
Yes.
In the Midlands.
Is that
So
what it
it's
is?
very little travel for them and all that.
Yeah, yeah, for location.
But I'm just disappointed for the
They can go back to base tonight,
yeah.
you know.
But I'm just disappointed for the fans that want me
That's
to
a
see.
good point, that Nick. To be fair.
They want me to see them, will they? When they come.
Well,
off the
listen. If it weren't for the ban tie, they'd be at Wembley. So you know they wouldn't
Yes.
be seeing them at any stage really.
That's true.
You know.
bank. Yeah, I suppose so. But then they could have. I suppose they
Listen,
could have.
if this was at Wembley on a Saturday night, it'd be a sellout.
It would be. It would be.
So the English FA have
Do you
lost a
think
bit
it's
of money.
right that Hungary had the same thing? They had 30,000 in the stadium for racism. Now, I know what happened at the Euros was awful. It's really bad. But a lot of them fans didn't have tickets. So why do you punish the fans that bought the tickets,
Well,
like legitimately, for
That-
fans that are breaking and entering?
that is a very good point. That's a
Very good point, but it is. You know,
Well, that's the
they've
problem.
got. They've got.
Who's it a punishment for?
Well, it's true. But then what I would say is that the fans that misbehave
Skamaka's coming up. Is that his name?
spoil it for the fans that do behave.
But are they
That's
fans?
the problem.
Because they just
Well,
seem
it's
like,
a good point.
Because
It's a
they
good
just seem like they was a load of people that was, you know, got caught up in the hype and have just turned up to the football ground and then decided to break in. Why
Maybe not.
why
Mikhail.
are the fans that
Hey.
have bought tickets
Being
being
punished,
punished
yeah.
for the people that didn't buy tickets and decided they wanted to get in? I don't understand it.
That's a good point.
Okay, I'm saying this as someone who really isn't as read up on the subject, so probably should be, but I would guess it's more a punishment for England football as a whole. The fact that the event didn't
Wasn't
run
properly
the way it
organised,
should have.
yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that it was able to listen. I don't. It's so hard to. I don't like blaming security in these situations. I don't know what more they could have done. I don't know if they did everything they could. I don't know if it's one of those situations where you quite frankly can't do more. I really need to read up more on the subject. But
Well-
but what I'm saying is, I think it's because of the general collapse of the whole thing.
Well,
in terms
so,
of it.
so are we going to have the Champions League final next year without fans? Because that seemed to collapse pretty sharpish.
Is that at Wembley the next?
No.
Champions League
But as
Oh,
an
sorry,
event,
because of what happened in.
yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, like,
Audio
nothing
trouble,
will happen
audio
with that,
trouble.
will it? Liverpool,
Audio
nothing will
trouble.
happen with France because you know, whatever happened for that, I suppose they'll say, oh, it's a different thing, isn't it?
We need
Like
to
that.
take a quick break.
I do think some of the scenes.
We will be back. There's a bit of audio trouble, so we'll
Oh,
be back
right.
in a minute. Right, we're back on. We're back on. Just as we're coming back,
it's Bukayo.
Saka is coming on for Sterling, and Harry Kane had a good chance. Well, not a great shot, half chance over the bar, Nick.
I would have expected him to score.
They worked it nicely.
I did work it nicely, as it happens. As you join us now, they're actually taking the goal kick from that shot from Harry Kane. So he haven't really missed too much.
No.
I'm glad Saka's on.
Saka is now
Bukayo.
on.
Bukayo.
I've got to just say a little bit about Saka. A lot of people, and the press included, give him a lot of stick for his performance against Germany. I didn't think he was that bad. I think he had a very good first half.
He didn't start, did he start? And if it,
there isn't many that could have their heads up by.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what they want him to do. What do they want him to do?
Score?
Nutmeg 10 people and score a hat trick.
I didn't think he was that
That'd
bad.
be brilliant.
It would be, but it's not going to happen, is it? You know.
There's a really ugly way about the way we kind of judge and evaluate players. So not everyone, some fans, some section of the media, but I look at Saka, right? I didn't really watch the England-Germany game, caught the highlights. Okay, wasn't his best game. Okay, didn't do probably what you'd hope he can or what he's shown he can do. But we're talking about a guy who's 20 years old, who about 2.5 years ago broke in at 17 into the Arsenal team.
Amazing.
And has since been a first choice left back for us, then a first choice wing back and left midfielder for us. Then he's come onto the right and he's had to produce the best productivity of all our forwards because we haven't had a striker who can score in a team that is unbelievably scrutinised. There's a great challenge from Tomori. That's unbelievably scrutinised in the media at Arsenal. Massive club. He's had to be almost the poster boy for us. He's had to be the leader without the armband.
Our go-to man.
He's stepped up so many times.
Fantastically
He's played far more
last season.
games. And I
Unbelievable.
wouldn't be surprised if he's close to about... He might be close to 100 appearances for Arsenal already.
That's a
I'm not sure what's happened here.
Has he caught him? He's
Yeah,
more
he has
proud.
caught him. And we're surprised when in the middle of June he doesn't have a great game against Germany.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
just
oh
think
my
that,
word, like, what are we
sometimes you
doing?
get, you know,
It's unbelievable.
Just a toe in the bum, that, isn't it?
Yeah, he's took them studs up the
made
arse.
more of it than what.
It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable.
You know,
I think you're entitled to have a bad game.
Exactly. The funny thing is, like you said, James, they haven't watched him, just like we haven't watched Declan Rice. Nicky will know. I've watched Bukayo all season, and I think he's been our go-to man. And what he's done for our team last season was nothing short of incredible. And so much so that he's been kicked off the pitches.
Look at him go.
Bad challenges. It's been unbelievable.
yeah, that was Saka pressing.
Against Aston Villa, I remember he was walking off the pitch and saying to the referee, apparently, "Are you going to give me any protection?" So I don't know what do they want him to do. I don't know what they want him to do.
I just think we're so bad at going, unlucky, wasn't your day, next time.
Yeah,
we're so bad at doing that.
Yeah,
we're so
move on
bad
to
at
the next
doing that. It's just becomes this court case every time someone has a bad game, and here's the evidence why.
This will happen with Jack Grealish now.
Your compilations on YouTube, you've got everything, Yeah, Jack Grealish, people saying what a flop. I'm thinking this guy's gone for 100 million to a team that's hit 91 points and won the title. Playing with world-class players. He's in a position to be worried about what he's doing.
I'll tell you what, I've got AFTV saying Lee out. That's out of order, isn't it, from AFTV. Bang it out of order.
Is it the official?
Just have a look, see if
it
that
the
is the
actual
official
official
one. If it is.
It is.
Right, can we try and hunt that down who that is? Because when I see him in the week,
The Don, definitely the Don.
they've had it like,
That is 100% Robbie, and he's forgot to change his account. Actually, he's probably
I'll
watching
tell you what,
this.
it says it is Robbie, like, you know what I mean? So I'll tell you what, like,
Robbie. Please keep me.
I have to say, I think Robbie's out of order.
Well, thanks for that, Robbie. Thanks for your support.
Robbie's out of order, and I totally disagree. It's Lee out now. No.
Time to go.
It's time to go.
That's a guy used to
As
say.
Cloud used to say, God rest his soul.
I tell you like that, mate.
Robbie's
Now
a
I've got
troublemaker.
people going, they all want me out and they all want the Don in now. Like, I can't believe it. Like, man.
You've only done 30 minutes, Lee. What's
I
gone
know,
on?
Yeah.
Gosh, look at
tell ya.
look at this morning. I
Come
never
on. At least it took me 2 games to get me out.
I tell you what, I'm getting abused
look
by
at this morning from the
I tell you,
judge. I never heard that from somebody called Nicky. Who said that?
Is this your
Mate,
first
there was
time
loads.
hosting, Lee?
First time hosting and the Don's got on the AFTV account
Look, for
and
what
he's
is-
having a dig at me like that.
For what it's worth, mate, I think you've been terrible. So,
Someone just said, get out, Lee, seriously. They're not joking now. Like
Seriously, very good, very good.
Seriously, very good, like, very good.
Oh, seriously, yeah. Nice.
Someone said in the chat, which is a little bit earlier on, I'm going to try and find it.
Yeah.
Are England still confident of beating, because of the Don, I've missed a few super chats, there you go.
What,
Are we
beating
still
Iran, I bet?
confident of beating Iran?
I
from-
knew it.
There is a long way
I
to
knew
go before November.
Exactly.
A long way.
Exactly.
But on this performance, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
don't
really
think
know.
you can take
Lee,
this
there is
performance
so many
into
twists and
consider-
turns.
Exactly.
There'll be injuries. There'll be people emerging next season.
Yeah,
we've still got
yeah.
half a season to pick a team. You know what I mean? Like, listen, by the
Yeah.
time it gets to Iran, we'll be ready. Don't worry about that.
And the thing is, obviously,
If we're not, we're screwed. So
yeah, obviously,
I just can't judge them
So
properly.
if someone
when they're
trying to
playing
banter
4
me there
games
with one
after a
night, you
long
know,
season,
the old
meant
judge
to-
don't get fooled. The judge don't get
oh,
fooled.
they're trying to.
Yeah,
are
the
they
old
trying to
judge don't get
bait
fooled.
you out.
Unlucky, Robbie.
And one thing I would say, obviously,
well done.
England would be favourites to beat Iran, but as the same way that England
Go on, son.
shouldn't underestimate Iran, Iran shouldn't underestimate England as well.
What's
Look at
Birmingham
this.
did.
So
I've got someone called Lowell now saying, get out, like, yeah, I mean, what's going on here, like, I bet that, I hope that ain't Laurie Lowell, I tell you, like, you know what I mean? The Don, get out of my chair, Lee Judges, get out of my chair. I'll tell you what, Robbie, I'll tell you, like, that's out of order.
yeah, but hold on. When Nicky was there, I didn't hear him say that.
Ah,
You weren't watching then.
thank you, Jason. Lee in, well done, thank you very much.
It's probably
like, you know.
because it's probably
What? Do
because
they not have better things to do on a
It's probably
Saturday
'cause
night
Nick-
than watch us work?
Well, this is it, like.
Thanks for tuning in, though.
it's probably because
Appreciate
Nicky.
Anyway, thanks, Robbie, for the pizzas today. Much appreciated.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
actually, yeah. I shouldn't be too rude. Thank you very much for the
He should send a
authentic-
super
By the
chat
way,
in,
this is it's only.
shouldn't he?
What's that?
Send a super
pepperoni.
chat.
That one.
Oh, that's we've got a bit of pepperoni there. Cheers, Rob. But we didn't get much of the vegetarian one because sorry, I
Don't
got
blame
in there
me. You
with
had
it.
half of.
Is it still in there?
No, it's finished now.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Thanks for the love, Lee. In, come on, like that, mate. Thank you very much, like you know. So.
And you're saying Liam, he's not going to sort you out hospitality.
Look at this, Robbie out now. They're turning
Oh,
on the
wow.
Don. They're turning on the Don.
This
I
is
love
the
it.
greatest turnaround
It's
in
the greatest
Istanbul.
turnaround on
2005
what's
Champions
along TV,
League
like,
final,
They want
unbelievable.
the Don out. Look, I like watching Lee. He's the Don, like you know. The Don has spoken. Lee out. Up yours, like you know what I mean? So it's turning here. It's turning now, like.
Don
Yeah,
Leone.
look, Don Robert out.
Don
Don
Robert.
Robert. They can't, you know.
Don Robert.
The Don, get out. Get out, Robbie. Get out, Robbie. Robbie Lyle out. Oh, I'm loving this chat. I'm loving it. Like.
Get
See you
out of
next
the
time,
chat.
Lee.
Don, did I say Don Robert?
Robbie out. Robbie out.
He's
See
way.
you next time on here, Lee. Like, you know. Anyway, Robbie's on his way. So
We've just been told.
just want to say what a fantastic job Robbie does.
We'll see you next week. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Mark Gay is coming down on for 3
It
minutes.
started on you now, James. I ain't saying what they're saying. Like, you know.
Oh,
What
ignore them. Ignore them. Ignore them.
What have I done?
Calling you Tintin.
Tintin.
What's the matter
How many
with these
times
people?
I've been called Tintin?
I don't know.
Just over my life.
Tintin is a
And I
legend.
still don't know who he is. Is he some cartoon?
Cartoon character,
Have you ever
fantastic.
seen
A
Tintin?
young
No.
detective.
Tintin
Had a dog
film
called
as well.
Snowy.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to DR Sports.
Tintin's
You
a
never
legend,
know,
James.
If you do like and subscribe, you could get me being a regular host on here. Like, you know. So, like,
Which
you know,
would
let's
be-
see you hit that
which would-
like and subscribe.
Which
button,
would be
please.
One comment. You're an absolute troll, you are.
which would be terrible.
You know you don't get any extra money for that.
Don't you? Oh, wait, well, I'm going into the budget office after this.
The
like, mate.
budget. The budget.
Yeah, like
I
and
love it.
subscribe to DR, and there's Wimbledon. I'm going to keep saying it. For every time I'm allowed on this channel, there's Wimbledon content.
That's
Come in.
interesting. That's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm in negotiations to becoming a part of that, and I like, you know.
Well, you know,
More balls, please.
we're looking. Oh,
No balls, please.
Ty don't need new balls. He ain't used his old ones yet.
Oh dear.
What? I don't know what to say to that. That's
Tennis,
definitely.
I'm talking about tennis.
That's
I'm talking
definitely a
about tennis.
strike. That's definitely a strike for Nicky. Definitely.
strike.
Right.
about the tennis.
I hope so. I hope you
By the
are.
way, the game is still 0-0 at this moment in time.
This has been the worst
no
second
strike.
half.
It's been the worst.
Absolutely.
Second
no.
half. I'll tell you what, I'm going to say.
No
this now,
strike?
Be really honest.
Why not?
Be honest. The first, did you not get a strike for me? Yeah, did
I
get a
can't
strike.
believe this.
I can't
And-
believe that. I thought the first half was decent, but the second half has been really poor. I'm just going to say we're going with about 2 minutes to go. And in these 3 games, England have scored 1 goal.
Penalty.
And that was a penalty. Yeah.
And that was a penalty and a dodgy one at that.
Yeah.
Wait
yeah.
a minute.
Oh.
There's still a minute left.
Is that the commentator's curse coming up here, like, you know?
Wait a moment. Is that what Brian Moore famously said? When after we'd scored at Anfield, he said, but wait a moment. Like Liverpool were going to score after we'd scored in injury time.
It's been such a dry second half.
It's been bad, hasn't it? The quality of the whole thing's been bad for England's point of view. I suppose Italy has been pretty bad as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not been great. Maybe
but
maybe
a
Italy
draw
might
would
just
suit
be
Italy,
all right
wouldn't
with a
I'll
point.
tell you, I've turned it around in the chat, like, you know what I mean? I've got to say that. Thanks, guys. Turned it around.
well done.
I've now, you know, we put a poll up. It's gone 75% my way now, like, you know. So,
My way.
it's only gone my way.
From 2-0 down, you found an equaliser, Lee. Well done.
Get tired to moderate. Is what they're saying there, like.
Go on. I
Ty,
think
do you want to
not.
do the last few minutes?
No, thank you,
As the
James.
host?
No, thank you, James.
You'll be fantastic. Do you know why? Because you don't get rattled by any comments. You just sort of stick to the topic. You stick to the football.
Just focuses on.
You don't let anything distract you from the main talking
Always on the
points.
No,
I'm
That's
hearing
what I
that,
really like about
thanks,
you.
but
Hearing
no
that Wales
thanks.
have just equalised against Belgium. Don't know if that's true.
Oh, really?
We're going to get confirmation for that. So if
Wow.
Wales have equalised,
Right.
is that true?
This is going to be.
Tillerman's own goal, apparently.
No, it's actually.
Great! Oh my goodness!
Delivery from
that was
Ward-Prowse.
Don't
such a
sign
good
him.
Delivery.
But that's the
Don't
only
sign
time
him.
he's
No,
actually been on
no,
the ball,
it's
isn't
still 1-0, so that's a lie.
Okay.
So,
it? Tielemans.
Oh,
it's
Disallowed.
disallowed.
Goal. All right.
Oh, but there's
Brendan
a VAR
Johnson.
check apparently.
Brendan
I'll
Johnson.
tell you what.
VAR check. But wait, there is a VAR check on that.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's no Love Island tonight, is there?
Is there no Love Island tonight?
I don't think there is on a Saturday
Apparently,
night.
Tintin says there's no.
Post!
No,
Give a
no,
foul
it's
anyway.
happened.
There was a push on the
Tintin, did
front
you say
post.
Tintin?
Tintin says there's no
Funny enough, they're calling you. How can you can't call
Oh,
James?
that's a lovely effort from
great
Phillips.
save, though.
You don't really give the foul.
But they're giving. They're wrong about it because
It's a
James
goal.
Tintin has got ginger hair.
Go!
Wow,
It's
Wales
been
have got it.
Go! So I was right.
All right, Brendan Johnson.
Wales have equalised. It's gone to VAR. They've had more excitement there in Cardiff than we've had over here, and the goal has been given. So Wales are on for their first point. Now, let me tell you that Wales scored in the 92nd minute.
Wow.
Wow.
On Thursday.
Oh, I
and
think
then
it now.
Netherlands scored in the 96th
Come
minute.
on.
Oh.
Ended up losing the game.
Please give us something.
Oh my goodness.
God!
No!
No!
Good,
Brilliant,
good
Bob
defending.
Phillips.
Brilliant
Brilliant,
defending.
Bob
Penalty! Something.
3 minutes of
Go on.
injury time.
No, they're going the other way.
Bowen.
Go on, England! I just want to
Bowen's on
go!
his way.
Come on, Bowen. Got to be
That's
quick
a
with
foul.
that.
That's a foul.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
but
good from
they could have
Tonali
played
there.
on.
It's got to be quicker than that. It's got
Yeah.
to be quicker than that.
I just want to go. Will they play extra time?
No.
He did look at Saka then, and he went on his own. Look,
Kyle.
listen, he's drawn a free kick with a minute to go. I don't think he could be criticised for that, if I'll be honest.
There's open. There's 3 on 2.
So no Love Island tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
Oh, what a shame.
No, I'm
Love Island fan, Ty?
Not really. What are you?
I've never watched it.
No.
Nor have I. I've seen the
Well,
highlights.
I think we should do a watch along.
I know there's a lot of nice
with
women
you,
on there.
Nicky and Lee.
Not
Love
for me,
Island.
like, you know, I'd rather watch this game again.
Yeah, you say
No, you wouldn't.
Lee, you say that if you see the women on there, I think you change your mind.
Oh,
What was that?
Tackle that.
oh!
Oh my dear, oh dear, that's got to be that. Now that is a yellow card.
I tell you what,
I think they've both
that
hurt
looks
themselves.
really nasty. Look at this.
Oh
Oh,
no,
okay.
maybe.
How's he giving it that way?
It was just a couple.
It's the way he's landed on his back.
Yeah. Isn't it funny when you see it second time?
Yeah.
I think he's blown up.
I've got to say, a boring second half.
Absolutely
and that is
horrendous.
It. I think nil,
No,
nil.
no, he
I
hasn't.
actually predicted that England would win 3-1.
Yeah.
That's it. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen.
So I was the closest. I said 1-1.
England nil.
It was 0-0,
Italy nil. So
Wow.
England stay bottom of the league, guys.
Nothing to separate these two great sides.
All in all,
Yeah.
I think that Italy would be more pleased with that, James,
Yeah.
if I'll be honest, from your point of view.
Yeah. heavily rotated 11, to be fair. I think England's was fairly rotated as well.
What's Kane moaning about?
A point after beating Hungary and a point against Germany. So can we get the Hungary-Germany? Right, still 1-1 in the 90th minute or so. So Italy will probably end today top of the group. But then they've still got...
People in the chat saying Southgate out.
Oh no.
But I've got to say, that
Can't
was
listen to that.
really dull.
I can't listen to that now.
And
Well, I think you guys were here last Saturday, and it was a real poor game as well against Hungary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It
Um,
was
yeah.
1-0. So it's
You
3
gotta
games
say,
now, no wins,
3
2 draws.
3 games, and I know 2 against Germany and Italy, but 1 goal in 3 games isn't good, is it?
No.
And that was a penalty, and a contentious one at that.
And with all of that exciting attacking talent up front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's not looking good. This is it?
But I don't think you can judge this because, as I say,
Yeah, I do
4
agree with that.
games at the end of a long season for all of these players, not just the English players, for the German players, for the Italians, for the Hungarians. 4 games after, a lot of these players have gone into to European semi-finals and quarter-finals and finals. I think it's poor from England's point of view. Like, there's no need to have 4 games. There's no need for that at the end of this season as well. I think the quality is always going to lack. I honestly do.
I mean,
and in saying that,
They want to be.
we should have scored, shouldn't we, with the open goal from Sterling? If we
hit
win
the
this
bar.
1-0, would that
the
would that
2
take
best
away a
chances
little
of the
bit?
games were England's, but then Italy probably created a little bit more across
Yeah.
the game. I'll keep harping on about it. I'm with Nicky. I struggle to judge it too much when it's the 3rd out of 4, what feels fairly nonsensical games after a long, gruelling season. Actually, when you look at those players, Abraham started up front, played that whole campaign, got to European final. Sterling got to European semi-final, played all those games for City. Mount, Chelsea, 2 domestic finals and the league as well. No Liverpool players in there, to be fair. But, a lot of those players have played a lot of minutes. Declan Rice, European semi-finalist. Phillips involved in a really grueling, I know he's been injured a lot of the season, but a grueling relegation battle as well.
Yeah.
How do you get into this? Harry Kane, who irritatingly beat us to top 4, do you think how testing that would have been for them as well? How, as a player, do you realistically, genuinely motivate yourself for this the way you would any others?
especially when,
World
I'm
Cup
not-
place
I'm
is up for place, though.
I agree with that, Lee, and I'm sure the likes of Bowen and that, and
Have done themselves well.
and the guys that are fighting for places in the squad, are more enthusiastic about it than, say, the Harry Kanes, the Declan Rices, the people that are pretty much guaranteed to be on that plane. I'm sure that it's a little bit more of a motivator for them, and obviously they're going to be injured. That's Bowen's 3rd cap tonight, and he might get a 4th on Tuesday, which is fantastic for him.
Yeah.
But when you've got them players that have played them games, this is all old hat for them. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Let me not question the motivation of the players, but more so, it's probably just a genuine like, it's a physical thing. They probably just can't even get to the levels they want to get to because of when this is being played in the season. And I started, before we kicked off, I started by saying I like the Nations League, and I stand by that, even after this awful game we've watched. I stand by the Nations League as a competition I think has got some potential weight to it. But you chuck 4 Nations League games at the end of a grueling season.
For everyone, though, isn't it?
Sorry?
All the teams are doing it around Europe.
Everyone's got it. I don't think it does the competition itself a great
Well,
service.
France, looking at France bottom of the league of their group.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you-
And are people going to be questioning whether they're going to be ready for the World Cup?
Yeah.
No, of course they won't.
No,
You know what I
that's,
mean?
that's
Like,
a great point. That is a great
that-
point.
yeah, that's very
you cannot judge at the end of it. As I said, like even with the players, some of them they want to be away. They want to, they sacrifice so much. And look, listen, if someone was paying me £200,000 a week, I'd be sacrificing anything you want.
Sure, yeah.
Probably even my children. No, that's a joke, by the way. But. Yeah, but I'd sacrifice.
Yeah, of course you do.
It's not a huge sacrifice, but what I'm saying is, they only get a short career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've got young families. If you've got children yourself, your kids, they only grow up once, and you only get to spend so much time with them.
Yeah.
So when you're asked at the end of the season, when you're normally away, perhaps with your children, with your family, to let's go and play 4 I would call it pointless international games now, you'd think, oh, do you know what? I just want to spend some time with my wife and kids, and by the time I do get round to it, I'm not going to have a lot of time before the season starts again. And
I understand that players are paid a lot of money, and the reason a lot of that money exists in the game is because of how big the game is, but also that there is so much football to watch and it drags an audience and it all feeds itself, and I get it. But for the Nations League, forget the games after the end of the season, you have a few internationals, qualifiers, maybe whatever. But for the Nations League, which I still think can be a good competition. Do you remember that game at Wembley? It was after the World Cup. I think it was 2018 or 2019. And England played Croatia. We beat them 2-1 in the Nations. The winner basically topped the group.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That was a great game. It was a Saturday afternoon. Wembley was packed. The fans loved it. We got our revenge on Croatia. And we booked our place in the final of this kind of new competition. And I thought it was a success, the Nations League, that sort of debut tournament. And I just think for the competition, I just think to chuck 4 pretty big games into the season like that, you can see by the lineups, the teams aren't prepared to take it as seriously as maybe they want them to. But listen, I haven't spent too much time thinking about it, so I'm willing to be educated on the matter.
Yeah, they've always been there, haven't they? The internationals at the end of the season.
Not 4. I've never known 4 internationals.
Not 4.
Never. 1 or 2 in a week.
Strange.
Yeah.
But this is over 4 games in a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's difficult to get the quality and that going up there as well, isn't it? Like that.
But do they play games at the end of the season, mate? Unless...
Well, back in the day, you used to have the home nations, didn't you? Scotland and England would
Well, you would have had the World Cup.
You would have had the
You
World
would have
Cup.
had the World Cup. The World Cup would have started Friday.
In a non-tournament year...
World Cup would have started, by the way, now, if it was the World Cup.
Yeah, it would have been well underway now, yeah.
It'd be the second, be
Second day.
underway. And you always have a couple of warm-up games before it, don't you?
Sure.
So I think they've always been there. It's just that I think you're right what you're saying.
But you're
quickly bunched up.
You're preparing there. You know what I mean? You're preparing to go to a World Cup. That World Cup comes around every 4 years. It's a tournament football. You're preparing. They're not preparing yet. Because of the way the World Cup is set this year, they're not preparing. They're just basically been pulled away for 2 weeks and said, right.
So I think there is some World Cup games, or not some friendly games in September. I'm led to believe.
Okay, but you see, at least with this, okay, I can't remember how the international system kind of works at the end of a season when there's not a tournament. But let's just say they chuck in 2 friendlies. Maybe you play Argentina at Wembley and you go to Spain or whatever. Cool. But that's an opportunity for Southgate to bring a big squad, rotate, you make 11 subs at half time, you mix and match, you see who's doing well, whatever. You kind of give it 60, 70, 80%, you try some new things, cool. And you're giving the fans football to watch. But I think when you're trying to push a competition that is supposedly meant to be this great way to replace the kind of boring nature of friendly matches add a degree of competition and actual stakes and consequence. Well, it doesn't work when you chuck it here. Whereas I liked it when they did it in the kind of the autumn international breaks and then you had the summer tournament. I quite like that. But this, I just, you look at the 11s going out, I'm just not,
They're friendlies.
Unfortunately, it felt like one today, didn't it?
Yeah, they're not taking.
You didn't see Southgate desperate to get the win because it's our only chance to maybe scrape our way up the table. We just went, all right, well, here we go.
They're just glorified friendlies.
I felt, to be honest, it was a good first half, poor second half. And listen, we're back here on Tuesday. I know that I am. I don't
know whether I want to come back after the last 3.
Good luck.
Yeah, so I think there'll be. I think Ty will be here, because
hopefully
it could be the offer of a pizza. That'll get him here.
Well, you had half of.
Get in here like that. Listen, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Thanks very much.
Well done, Judge, for the first time hosting,
mate. Thank you very much.
You are
we'll be back
absolutely
on Tuesday,
mate.
of course, for England's game against Hungary, which again is at Molineux. So listen, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the buttons and all that. And we'll see you back here on Tuesday evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and
don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And there's tennis content coming up. Wimbledon content.
There's tennis
Don't forget
content. Wimbledon, come on.
Wimbledon coming up, all on the Don Robbie show.
DR Sports.
DR Sports.
Oh, he's ruined it.
No, I haven't.
So well.
I haven't done
He did
that.
so well.
And listen, if you want me back in this chair, hit the like button. Have a great weekend, guys.
Peace.